of pop culture and toys got together on the internet and they started making noise. So everybody, let's join Jesse Arnold and his buddy Curtis Akerman, because when indulging in fine geekery, it's always best to bring a friend or two. Shooting the shell. Everybody loves shooting the shell. Shooting the shell. Let's start shooting the shell. You're gonna love it now. Let's start shooting the shell. Just might make you say wow. Let's enjoy some fun conversation. We'll be shooting the shell around the nation. Let's start shooting the shell.
Good morning. It's not as fun when it's middle of the day, but it's still the thing. I got to stop pulling our video up on my other screen. I don't know why I do that. I have a reason. Oh, for when giving out because it's throwing me off. Like, because I'm listening to it over here, but I'm watching it over there. I'm like,
and there's a delay. Yeah.
And my brain, and there's a delay. But anyway, welcome to Shooting the Shelf, everybody. It is episode 52 of 52. Two solid years running. No Sundays missed. At least by Curtis and my computer. And we've got a fun show, I'd say planned, but no, I mean, Curtis has a plan for something, but for the most part, we're just here to talk with our buddies today. Just hang out, see how. I don't know. I'm just
I've got one activity plan that I think will be quite a bit of fun, but then other than that, we'll just hang out and talk with friends. What was it? It must be 2 years ago now, pretty much. We got together and did our Ted Lasso review with Shawn and then the Euro boys, and thought it would be kind of fun to have some 3 Americans and 3 Europeans get together and talk about that series, just based on the kind of an American going over there to lead one of their football teams. And it was just a ton of fun. And since then we've had an open chat with these guys, and closing out the year last year was a lot of fun with them, and thought, well, hey, why not do it again? So
yeah.
Yes.
Before we call the chat, I'm going to throw this out there. I don't know if this is stealing. We're going to borrow an idea from Saturday Day Live. We got, maybe this isn't the week to do it since we're doing it middle of the day, or I'll make it a lower number. We're going to do a giveaway when we hit X number of what number? Likes?
I think 50. I think 50 is a good number. Yeah.
You think 50 is a good, even though we're bumped up middle of the day?
Yeah.
All right, folks, spread the word. 50 likes.
Yeah.
And we'll do a giveaway. I've already got it planned. We'll be doing a giveaway for not to one person, but we've got 2 copies of Sig's the Kringle photo book that he did. So we've got 2 of these. It's really cool, fun little story based off some customs he made using 4 Horsemen stuff. So I've got 2 of those to give out. So let's get that up to 50 likes. And once we hit that,
let's do one at 25 and do the other one at 50.
There we go. So 1 at 25, 1 at 50, and then we'll do some of that stuff. So in the meantime, who's in the chat, Curtis?
Well, starting off, we got Kent Pool Collects out there. He likes pools. He likes toys. He likes comments. YouTube likes comments. So then we've got Darla Akerman out there. I know her. Benny Torres is here. We've got Dirk's Designs. Raccoon noises are intensifying. We've got Dave working out there. Who left some Warlock? Who? Jordan is with us. I think they're also in the customizing studio. We got Christopher McCall is with us. We got Michael Casper. He was on New to Mythics this morning. Greg is doing like every other Sunday going live at I believe 9 a.m. Eastern. So that was a lot of fun seeing those two today. JMax77 is out there. We got Legends Collector 1321. Dylan looks like he's still at work, but that's all right. We got Santos Rivera in the house. Dorklayer is here. Hey, Bill. We've got a super chat already. Kevin Maboots. Hello, Shelvians. There you go. That's a new one for me.
Yeah.
Somebody must have hit the like button because Trevor found out we were here. Says cheers, lads.
Hey, Trevor.
Got Steve O'Beg in the house. We've got Brick something here. Dub3. Purple Gang is here. Got Guaisagway. He'll be joining me tonight in our normal time slot on the Art by Akerman channel. We're going to be doing some giveaways. That Art by Akerman guy, he saw there was an opening in the schedule and just immediately swooped in like a jerk, took it. So,
that dude is on fire.
He's something. I am TJ Williams here. The H is silent there, just FYI. We've got Chef Brendan Higgins is in the house. Tanya McCoy, she heard there was a giveaway and she just popped in to win it. Paul Zach is here. And we got Van Johnson. So there you go. And now that everybody knows that there's giveaways, everybody's going to be changing their name to McCoy. So we'll see.
There you
go. We've got 27 people in here. Hopefully they're all hitting that like button because then we can get started on that first giveaway.
Well, we can because according to YouTube, we are at 26 likes. So
well, there you go. We can queue up the first one. Then we'll get our friends in here.
The first one, I got it ready to go. So yeah, while we bring everybody on, go ahead and start hitting that hashtag SIGBOOK, SIGBOOK.
There you go.
Because that's as creative as I was this morning.
Beautiful. Well, first to the stage, we've got our fellow Euro-American. Our fellow Euro-American. We got Shawn with us, the elusive one.
The elusive one.
But this is 2 times this week that we've seen you on a stream, so maybe becoming less elusive.
I think this year I need to be less elusive because this past year, yeah, I started feeling it by December. I'm like, guys, just let me on the show again. Oh my God. I swear to God, you got any more than podcasts? You got any more?
Very nice. And then bringing the Euro boys to the stage. First, we've got John Caulfield. How you doing, sir?
Hey, guys. I'm great. And you guys?
Can't be better.
Sounding good so far anyway.
Yeah.
Giving away stuff already?
Sounding good, looking good. Speaking of looking good, we got Mal in the house. Mal, how you doing, sir?
I am all good too, thank you. Very happy to be here. Really looking forward to this.
Beautiful. And, it really wouldn't be a show without the artist himself, the amazing art of Richard Jones. Richard, how you doing, sir?
I'm tickety-boo, sir. I'm tickety-boo.
Beautiful.
Got to have him in the middle so Curtis and Richard can be like the bright column and the rest of us can be like the moody, shadowy columns.
Yeah.
I thought it was just so like I could cuddle underneath of him like I do with his blanket every night now.
I mean, you can, however you want to think about it.
That I tell you what, that is a nice comforter too. Like, first of all, folks, if you haven't already, go over to Redbubble. Type in EuroLegions. It pulls up their stuff, like their actual logo for their channel, as well as Richard's artwork, and you can get it on a bunch of different things, from mugs to framed art to a comforter. And I gotta tell you, I got that comforter, and it is nice. It is a comfortable like bedspread. So yeah, if you're in the need for one, check it out. Luckily, Darla signed off on that. I don't know if you guys see that video where she said that was a good idea to get that.
Yeah, roundabout. That's what she said.
Yeah.
That was yeah.
I didn't put her on the spot or anything. She was just all for it. So
I thought the initial reaction was, "No, you're not buying that."
No. She was like, "Whatever you think is best."
Oh,
yeah.
So that's
There's
right up there
usually
with
the
I'm
word.
fine or You can go
Yeah.
out if you want to.
Yeah, we had a black one that's been on our bed for the longest time. It's just a plain black comforter. And when we got the dog, it just collects dog hair like crazy. And so for a while now, she's like, we got to get a new comforter. We need to get a new one. And I'm like, well, here you go. Like I found the one, Yeah, good stuff.
You're playing out every single day of my life at my home. The only problem is my wife is not as easygoing as Darla about these things that it turns into. Hey, Shawn, here's a cliff. Just jump and see what. Because that's the whole.
I can't believe you have to ask, guys. Come on.
I do it after the fact, which also makes it a bigger problem. That's the other thing.
So
Living the high life. Is that because like the chemicals used was made in a small sweatshop?
I don't know what they did or where they made it, but it's nice. So
somebody at my work said if I manage to sell a duvet, as we call it over here, a duvet cover with my art on, that I can sell snow to Eskimos. So I'll take that as a compliment.
Curtis the Eskimo.
Yeah, that's cool. Speaking of Richard's art, we got a little surprise for you guys.
Sorry, Mal.
Yeah. Hope you guys are ready for this.
Was this guess the artwork?
It is going to be some guess the artwork from Richard. Yeah, I figured it'd be nice for Mal and John to be able to play this and not know that it's coming. So, Richard, whenever you're ready to share that, we'll put that up on screen.
Let me present.
Whilst Rich works out technology, I've been asked.
This is where I put in my edit point normally,
I've been asked by the guys to say we would like to add another giveaway into today's show.
Oh, nice.
We were very generously donated a couple of OKA tosses by Ryan Anthony at Legions Con. Oh, and I've just dropped something. And we'd like to add a giveaway for one of them into today's show whenever you guys feel appropriate.
Beautiful. That works.
Okay.
I'm changing this to a ticker, Jesse, just so that it's not taking up as much room.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know what we're going to see here. I just kind of threw out an idea to Richard to do something. Now, I didn't want to take away from what the Euro Boys do on their show, especially their Patreon episodes where they do Legion stuff. So I told him I didn't want to do Legion's figures, but I kind of threw out a couple ideas and then left it up to him. So do we have a subject, Richard, that these are related to?
I got carried away and we have 6 different subjects. We have 6 rounds.
Okay. All right.
20 pictures in total.
Mal is going to love this.
Mal will be like, throw himself out of his window any second.
Let me
Not
move,
Manchester United
move
footballers,
things
is
around
it?
just so that we can see Mal's face. I'll put myself down to bottom. All right. Well, let's get rolling. Let's see what we got.
Okay. So round 1, we have TV show characters. This can be from any time frame, any genre. It's TV show characters. So,
how do we buzz in?
All of television.
Are we just going around and guessing one at a time?
I would say if something comes to you, just shout it out. Yeah, we'll just kind of do it that way.
Okay, we ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
Drum roll. Here we go. Here's number 1.
Ted Lasso.
Correct.
Oh, that was pretty
Don't
good.
encourage him, Jesse. Just
It seemed appropriate.
Man. Yeah, that's I'm surprised you got that quick. But
if they get them quick, Mal, then it's over.
That's true. That's true.
All right.
I was like, do I put the football in? Is that a giveaway? But
That's
easy one to
I thought it was a rock.
Thought he just had a leaky shoe.
No, maybe the head of one of his enemies. You never know.
He
just turned around. It's a bald man's head and it's turned around.
I thought he was spinning one of those pizzas, like the dough, and he just dropped it.
Yeah. It's not just the character; there's storytelling. This is beautiful. I love it. I love it. There's more to it than just the image. There's a story behind it. I love it.
And he's the art of Richard Jones.
He paid attention because he is left-handed.
He is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean,
Yep.
Rich, Sean,
Believe.
we have another person on here that's an artist. You know, Sean is also an artist. You know,
There we go.
Sean is an
a
artist.
professional artist.
Believe.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should be
Sean,
offended or appreciative that I'm not being included in the list of artists right
No,
now.
you are definitely
Oh, he
an artist
absolutely
as
is.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
He absolutely is.
Sean, as somebody that gets paid for your drawings and stuff, yeah, I would love to hear what your thoughts are on Richard Jones's ability to kind of make a career out of this.
Honestly, what was it? The other week in the Louvre or something, somebody just taped a banana to the wall, and they made like how many millions of dollars? So, as Ted Lasso says, believe. That's all I'm going to say. I'm never going to tell somebody, don't do something that makes you happy. But I will say, when I look at this, the face of this is mesmerizing to me. I have been looking at this face, and I'm like, I see elements of Luigi. I see elements of Ted Lasso. I see it's like this thing that it just keeps giving more and more the more I look at it, and it's that meme from a Parks and Rec. I've been looking at this for 2 hours, and it's so beautiful. You know, like I can't stop. I love it.
I love the fingers. The detail work on the fingers is pretty spectacular.
Oh, you will see that all through, Curtis. There's variations of hands and fingers all the way through. None of which
Very nice.
I mean, you're way better than AI at fingers. You can.
I was gonna say
that.
There you go.
So,
That's true. There's 5 at
there is
least.
that.
Very much better than AI. Exactly.
All right.
And I don't want
let's
to
see what
point
we got
out
next.
too much here, but I got his hair right as well. I was really proud of that. Normally I just get squiggles for hair, but this one,
Oh yeah,
took my time with the
beautiful.
hair.
All right, next one.
Miami Vice,
Thunderbirds.
Batman. No, 66.
No,
Driving
no,
Miss
no,
Daisy.
guys.
No, it's TV shows, isn't it?
Davy Crockett driving a pizza delivery man. That hair is making me just go to the coonskin cap thing. I can't help it.
I'm gonna go Lincoln Lawyer.
Correct, Curtis.
Yes!
They're humans.
Really?
There he is. Look, you can see he's holding his notes and he's got his mobile phone in his hand.
Yep, that's what did it
That was
for
a
me.
tiny shark. There's baby shark, isn't it?
But they look like kind of mice with hats on them.
I mean, my kids love Bluey, and they've been watching it a ton. And I was like, it's a storyboard from Bluey when they really rush. They just okay, we're good, you know. But no,
I mean, you can say what you will, but that's 2 for 2 that we've gotten so far. So
Exactly. Thank you, Curtis.
and still better than AI. I'm telling you,
that's right.
still better than AI.
All right, let's go.
Oh.
Jaws. No,
It's a TV show,
a
isn't it?
TV show.
Game of Thrones, or Robert Baratheon getting skewed by the boar.
Correct, Jesse.
I think he sent them the answers. There's no way.
I knew it was somebody getting hit by a boar.
Oh,
but I
they're
couldn't
getting in the
remember
comments
name.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't often use color, but this is one of 2 in this set that have color on. So I wanted to make it obvious it was blood.
Yeah, it's a beautiful use of color for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And look at his pained expression. That hurts.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that stings. So
I'm hearing the voice of Peter from Family Guy. Ooh.
I think if they do a second version of Boyer, they should probably hit you up, Richard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is spectacular.
Absolutely.
So what happened to the rest of the boar?
I didn't have enough room on the page.
Yeah.
It's a digital page, you know.
These were done in Word, and then I transposed them into Google Slides. So gotta bear with
Purple
me on
Gang
this.
Gang says,
Cut off
only
the edge.
once in a lifetime do we see an artist of Richard's caliber. We need to protect this man at all cost. He is a treasure. I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta
Always
say
in there.
that boar is giving off what is it, Hermione is Bosch vibes, or however you say his name.
Paul Zach says we need to get Richard on win, lose, or draw. He definitely win. Yep. For sure. All right. 3 for 3.
Okay. So that's the end of
Did
the.
I go over your head
TV
with
show.
that one, Curtis?
That's all right. You do with most of the stuff. I'm not a well-read man. So
But you don't have to read. He's a famous medieval artist. He did like the Garden of Earthly Delights and like all this stuff Chris uses for his like demon artwork.
Gotcha. Yeah, there you
That's,
go.
I'm making a genuine compliment to the boar. I'm not making fun of you, Richard.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank
Get a
you.
job with D13. So
Right then.
Ooh.
So we're on to round 2 now, guys. Is it running a bit slower on YouTube? Yeah, just a bit.
No. Yeah.
There's always a
little
delay. Yeah.
So this is cartoon characters from our childhoods.
Mm.
So prepare to be dazzled and amazed. Here we go.
Like,
Sure.
Come on. That's
That one's a
perfect.
bit
That's too good.
Rich.
Yeah, that's too good. That is easily Splinter.
You had the
So-
tracing paper out for that one.
Man, that's really good.
did he
This-
forget his
this-
diapers that day?
Yeah, this should be a shirt. So yeah. You know what? Mezco, they've done the Turtles and Casey Jones. They haven't done Splinter yet. We should send them this artwork.
There we go.
Yeah.
I thought Sean would appreciate this one.
We got a Mickey Mouse in the chat. Chester Cheetah.
Oh.
Kong Fooey.
It could be Hong Kong Fooey. Yeah.
Roland Rat. That's a British one. Please.
I was just gonna say, are we gonna know what these are? Like, because I don't know.
Yeah,
British
he knows his audience.
Yes.
know this
No,
one.
I did this so that everybody should be able to get them. Yeah. Or not, as the case may be.
All right.
Mal, you having fun? Can I
Yeah.
just check in with you?
It's amazing.
Dylan, did you just Google like old cartoons from before you were born? to come up with that?
Yeah, there's no way he's seen Hong Kong Fooey.
Right then.
All right.
Voltron.
No.
Starscream.
No.
So
Oh.
I can't remember the name.
Transformers?
Is it Slag?
No.
Sludge? I never
is
can remember their
Sludge.
name.
It is Sludge. Well done, Sean.
What?
The Brontosaurus. That's all I can remember. I can't remember. When we get it past Swoop, I'm lost on the
Oh.
What was Matrix? He's got the
Yeah,
Matrix. in
that's
his
the
chest.
problem, not knowing the Transformers. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a robot with...
It's not Matrix, Jesse. It's just a little sign on it, little symbol on his chest.
All right.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
that
would
is-
not have
that is
gotten
smart.
that one, but it is good. I like it.
Can I point out to the fingers are like rectangular because he's a robot.
Yes.
There's a change of style there.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's a robot. That's brilliant.
And are the things sticking out of his shoulders supposed to be the same size, or
Maybe,
is
Battle
that
damage.
how aerodynamics works?
Battle damage. Exactly.
maybe, and his legs aren't quite that thin or short. But I'd done the top half already, so I wasn't going to delete that. So I just had to work around it.
I understand
Find a
that
way of-
completely.
Zooming out so you can make it smaller and give yourself more room. No.
I think that was Rob Liefeld's problem. He'd done so much of it, and he was like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing
Yeah.
it now. So
Yeah,
just
I'm not
never drew the
redoing
feet. Yeah.
Why would I draw shoelaces? You know, I mean, why?
Yeah, I mean that's just commitment to the work you've already accomplished. So I appreciate that. All right.
Okay, and the last one in this round.
Tiger.
this lion.
No, not Tiger. Bengali.
Panthro.
Panther.
Thundercats.
Yeah, I think it is Panthro. I don't know. Is it Panthro? Yeah, it's Panthro.
It is not Panthro.
Oh boy.
We've had the answer. It's not
Is,
Panthro.
is it Lion-O?
Nope.
No, it was...
It's
Someone above me
Bengali.
said it. I can't think what it was. That was.
Yeah.
Close to Bengali.
The other one that looks like Bengali.
Tigra? No,
Tigra. Yes. I don't know who said it first. Somebody did say it.
wasn't
Oh.
I said Tiger, and then when I saw the hammer, I go, no wait, Bengali, because didn't he have the big hammer?
This is his bolo whip, but it's shortened down.
Oh, it's shortened down. Okay. Oh well, now that makes sense.
Oh,
This is obvious when you think about it.
I think you should have
Yeah.
gone with Bengali, Rich.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's my
Deep
fault.
cut.
I don't think about it shortened down. I think it in the whip form. So that was my
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not the artwork for sure.
I thought it was Dr. O because that looks like the little thing they hit your knee with.
It looks like Doc Brown is what it looks like. Fucking wild hair.
I mean, before I shaved today, I looked like that. So that's why I look like this now. So, I mean, I almost thought it was me at first. I'm like, no, wait, that's way too svelte. And
1.21
This
gigawatts.
guy, he looks like he's standing in the mirror saying, "Would you Thundercat hoe with me? I'd Thundercat hoe with me."
Thundercat with me. Would you Thundercat with me?
Kid pulls out, looks like Gallagher. Oh, that's good. Wait a minute.
Oh, no.
I gotta pull this up from TJ Williams. He's just cheating. That's clearly a screen grab from the cartoon.
I remember that episode.
All right. 2024 TV shows literal descriptions. Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
So, it's a bit like catchphrase if that's over in America.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
what you see.
Oh,
And this John Amal suggested this idea for a different drawing I had, which I haven't done, guys. Don't panic. Okay.
you have an endless well. So
Here's the first one.
Yeah, we know. Oh,
Man Overboard. No.
TV show.
Oops,
Bunnies
I did it
on a
again.
plane.
Oh,
Nope.
The Boys.
Nope.
Say what you see.
Say what you see, guys. Say what you see.
Upside down.
Plane.
It's a show from this year as well, remember.
Man
Oh.
from a plane.
I thought it was a bunny. I just realized it's a dude upside down.
It's
Sorry.
not Loki, is it? Is it Loki?
Again, Mal?
Rich? Loki.
It's not Loki, no.
Uh-huh.
How would that be Say What You See?
I thought he was reenacting the guy.
That's not even looking at the pictures.
This is not
Guy,
to see.
guy.
This is not to
I'm
see from the
watching
program.
TV,
This is
yeah.
just to say what you see. Say what you see.
So plane.
Smug hot dog
Plane.
driver kicks passenger out of cargo bay door.
Got it, Sean. Well done.
What was it? Or
No,
did
nobody?
you really get it?
Nobody. I don't know.
I'm lost.
Humans on a
Falling
plane.
from a plane. Humans on a plane.
You go, Mal.
Falling from a plane. Falling. I don't.
Skydive? No, not skydiving. He doesn't have a parachute on, but his hair's all.
Plane.
Oh boy.
Jumping from a plane.
He doesn't look
Plane.
like he's
On
happy
Netflix
about it.
now.
I don't think he jumped.
No.
I think he was pushed.
Pushed from a plane.
It's a TV show from this year.
TV show from this year.
A
Remember,
famous one or
it's got nothing to do with the drawing. It's just say what you see with the drawing.
I'm more lost when he says that.
This concept.
Nothing to do with the drawing. See what you
Shit
see.
out of luck.
I give up.
Someone's claiming an insurance check.
Do you want me to tell you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. We've got Wholesome Warlock says Fall Guy.
Fall Guy.
Now, that's a film, not TV show. So no.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He's closer than you lot have been.
And down.
Trevor's jumped from a plane.
I got it.
What is it?
Amazon Prime's Fallout.
Fallout, correct, John? Oh, is it falling out of the plane?
Wow.
One of my favorite shows of the year as well.
I'll just put it out there. All you had to do was draw Joe Gonzalez. Because he always loves Fallout.
That's
Well,
something.
it makes me really worry about the type of flight you book.
I think that's his hair, Trevor.
Yeah, I think it's his
No ticket.
Oh, I thought it
Yeah,
was a
that-
cape.
That's
what I
her
was-
hair because it was a female lead character in Fallout.
Oh,
Sorry.
gotcha.
Of course, there's no penis. It's got to be a woman.
There's no boobs.
Exactly.
How is that a
There's
woman?
no demon wang.
Yeah. Well, you know how when you're falling head first, how your hair like flies in front of you, like for sure.
I don't.
Yeah, the wind
It's been a
wouldn't
while.
push it back at all. It would totally fall.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
forward. Yeah,
It's perspective.
yeah. That was okay. Well, we missed one. That's the first one we've
Yeah.
missed. Oh no, well John got it at the end. Yeah, that's true. The
There's-
rest of us
there's
were
two-
stumped.
There's two more in this round, so be
Oh
prepared.
no, this could be a long round, folks.
Can't wait.
Buckle in.
Okay, next one.
It's a show.
Skeletons on a boat.
Skeleton Crew.
Oh yes,
Correct.
that is good. That's pretty good. That's pretty freaking good. I love the one has a little martini.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's carrying a drink to them. One's got a brolly because it's sunny. So they
yeah,
want to, like, you know, make sure the guest on the cruise liner is happy.
That's pretty freaking good. Okay. All right.
There we go. And the last one in this round.
Baby reindeer.
Yeah.
God, give people a chance to guess, John.
Sorry.
It's not a competition.
I thought it was. I thought that was the whole point.
It's a reindeer with one antler, and
John got the answer. I thought it was an international show, but maybe not.
Oh, I've never heard of
It
it.
is.
Baby
It is.
reindeer.
Baby reindeer.
Yeah.
Baby reindeer, yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like
Oh,
abhorrent people
Is there a
being
reason
abhorrent
why that
people.
only has one antler, or
The other one's just
That's all
directly
we can
behind
do.
it. It's
The other ones are
okay.
beside it.
perspective?
Come on.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah, perspective.
I can't wait for Curtis to go like visit like an Egyptian museum and see like hieroglyphs the way they did.
Yeah, that probably won't
Why
happen.
is everybody looking left or right? Why is
Hieroglyphics is still reading. I'm not.
It's not reading if you don't understand the words.
What do they feel like?
It's a handy.
Whoa, I don't know
cord.
what Trevor's.
Candy corn.
I don't know what he's getting up to with his reindeer.
Okay. All right.
Ugh.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh no.
LegionsCon 2024 as remembered by Rich.
So that's an important disclaimer in this. Is as I remember it looking.
So it's just going to be loads of snakes.
And I thought I
Pictures
had
of
to, you know.
ceiling with his feet in the air.
Damn it! I didn't think of that one, Mal. Yeah, but you know, this is, you know, it's a toy show, isn't it? We're on now, so I wanted some sort of LegionsCon reference. So this is the biggest round. There's five pictures in this round.
Okay.
Most effort ever put into this show. Other than whenever Curtis grabs screen grabs from stuff.
That's Ninny and infantry, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So that's
Very
the only
nice.
figure that I'll have in this one. So yeah, that was an easy one. I thought just start us off easy.
Yeah. I can tell because it looks like the head doesn't fit well on the neck. So that's how I knew.
Curtis, I was still thinking back to that wonderful gift from you and Darla when you bought me that Union infantry. So like, I've got to put this in just like a thank you again for that. So thank you and Darla very much.
How much did you get
No
for that on
problem
eBay?
Excuse me, I'm not selling any Ninrin infantry. They're staying in the collection.
Right.
Right then, next one.
This is the Armory King, Greg.
It's not the Armory King.
Lord of the Armory. Or something
Lord of
like
the
that.
Armory, yeah.
Lord of the Armory, yes.
Yeah.
As you can see there, he's
Lord?
towering over his subject in
Yeah.
front of him. and picks them.
Yeah. I
And he's
love
giving
the,
him the middle finger as well by the looks of it.
That's
love
his
it.
index finger, and he's pointing, John, clearly
Oh,
towards
okay.
the person to get.
yeah, to those fancy boards that Vasapolo did with the armor
Yeah,
on it. That's
armor.
nice. That's really good. I don't even think I needed the prompt to tell you this one.
Thank you.
That's
I noticed
pretty good.
you got the back of the person who's obviously looking to buy some figures, and you can see I've gone for bald, fits in with LegionsCon, and a beard.
Mm.
So most of the people look there.
That narrows it
I
down.
thought
Yeah.
that was one of
What's
those
the black
knitted
line around the
hats
middle of the
with-
head?
Yeah,
with
or a
dreads
turban or
hanging out.
something.
I thought he was like a Jamaican guy buying, which, you know, from Greg, it might not be
That's
the
another-
armory in that case.
another
but, you know.
Give me some of that armory, man.
Yeah.
No, Curtis, no.
No.
52 shows, we're not getting cancelled.
I can tell you what.
The
if-
shelf does not recognize Curtis as a Jamaican.
Here's what I'll tell you right now. If some Jamaican came up to Greg at Legion's Con, they would not be talking about armory. I can tell you that.
Hell no.
Oh man.
Oof. What do we got?
I think this one might be
here?
the one I'm most proud of.
Something to
The
do with the dragon.
I'm just enjoying looking at it.
Okay. So we have some people standing on houses of cards next to a human with a dragon head.
I thought it was a couple of chefs on a couple of houses of cards.
Is that
Was the Muppet Show there? Seriously, guys, the Muppet Show. I knew I'd miss something good by not showing up this week. Come on.
is that
this
Maverick
music?
with the
Is this-
horse mask?
Is this
It's
Jeremy
Lord-
dropping his
Event.
Sailing for Legions 25 hint?
It is not, no.
No, it's not related to that. Right.
Oh, wow, guys.
I'm
This
sure
is
what
great.
it is.
I can't believe you can't get it.
Those are custom display racks, either the horseman table showing off figures or like at vendor tables
Correct.
with custom figures.
I want that little guy in the middle. I just like that.
And
I
then
don't
the
care what it is.
Satanic
I just
Jeffrey
like
the
that.
giraffe.
Is it
with,
Jeremy's display? No?
Nope. Come on, the clues in the clues in the picture, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
This
feel
we
ashamed of
understood.
myself for not getting
It's
this.
a horseman.
It's not a horseman. You got the display right and the figures right, and it's a vendor, not the horseman.
Oh.
Dragon Horde collectibles
Yeah.
or something.
No. What's it wearing on its head?
Crown.
Wolf King.
Oh, it's Wolf King.
It's Wolf King Customs.
Wow.
Well, then there's your
Wow.
new logo.
If Len doesn't start using that for God's fire, I don't know.
Yeah, and there's the two new God's Fire figures behind them on the stands. They look more piratey, granted,
So
but
Kent, one of them's you.
Yeah, Kent and
yeah.
Joe. Okay.
yeah, Kent and Joe.
Wow.
Joe was the
That's,
taller one, so.
That's something.
Yep.
That
Has he
middle
got
one
money
is
in his hand.
Snoopy
Look,
as a
having
pirate.
sold stuff. So
You said this is how you remembered it, so I thought maybe this was like a fever dream or something.
Yeah, it's like we need to do a podcast about how you remember Legions Con because this would be a good show. You know, Legions Con, how I remember it 4 months later. You know, haven't you guys flogged Legions Con for enough content? Well, no. Wait till you hear this one.
Richard goes into hypnosis to describe what Legion's Con was that way. And it's this fever dream that only who's that guy? The guy that did the Melancholia movie can make a movie of for us. It's like this insane nightmare fever dream. Oh my god!
God's fire.
And are you surprised we ran out of beer?
I just have to say, I'm so glad that I reached out to Rich before this show.
I would like to point out this phase too. I have drunk a lot of wine over the festive period. So
All right.
So it's sponsored by what's the Jacob's Creek or something like that.
not that much.
Yeah, Curtis, this
Right
might
then.
be one of the only one of your shows that you actually rewatch.
Okay.
this one.
This
Goblin.
yeah,
Oh,
this is that
I
like
know
train
this, but
track
I'm
thing
not
that they
gonna
had
say
over
it.
there in the
Yeah.
Mortal Collections
yes.
Yeah.
Goblin
It is.
Mine
It's the
craft.
Immortal Collections Goblin Train.
Yeah,
That's
that was
pretty
brilliant.
good.
I
Yeah.
don't think we should say train after Goblin.
Why?
Yeah, run a goblin train. It's fine.
I'll tell you when you're
We've
old.
already
Just nobody post the OnlyFans link in the comments, and then I think we're safe.
Goblin Train.
I was
gonna say,
we've
towards
already
the end of the
introduced
show, there was a-
candy corn.
I love that Joe just showed up right after we showed his figure at Legion's Con.
This is
Yeah,
great
Joe,
because
you're on the
I-
right. You're on the right.
There you go, Joe.
I'm catching up on Legion's Quest, and so I feel like I'm speaking to Joe every day because I have him kind of going as I've got my painting desk set up again, and I have you boys on Legion's Quest, which is great, by the way. You should, if you haven't caught up with it, you should. And I actually listened to the audio version just because I can get more immersed in it because I'm doing something else, and I don't need to be looking at your map. I have to listen to figure out what you're doing. And I really enjoy it.
Well, speaking of Legion's Quest, Joe, I think we need to run a goblin train here soon. Just
Well,
FYI.
Jesse's character now might be a bit worried.
Jesse's character is not worried because Jesse's character will kill them all before anything happens.
Come on, Poppy.
Come on, Cam.
Yeah.
Trevor, what do you need a towel? You need a trowel with a goblin train? Is that what I'm hearing? Like that sounds.
After the goblin train, he needs a towel.
Oh, we need a towel set on Redbubble with this stuff. Can be arranged, I'm sure.
There was that video from the End Legions con showing a lot of goblin at that table as well. So just saying.
Joe said he tried to run a goblin train. Jesse said no. Jesse, shutting down our fun.
Right then, guys, you ready for the final
Have
one in this
fun
set?
when I or my character is not involved.
We're never ready for these, Rich.
Yep, let's do it.
Here we go.
Oh, this is Richard doing his masterpieces of people.
I'm guessing it's Curtis in particular.
It is.
Yeah.
This is how I remember me doing a drawing of Curtis. He was stood there posing. I had my easel out.
You had your GIMP mask on as well.
Just a normal
Nice.
Saturday night.
I gotta say, this looks like an early Jim Henson sketch for the Muppet Show. Like the Count before he became the Count. Like, yes, $1, $2, $3 for your drawing.
Yeah, I buy it.
I think Rich has obviously misunderstood how chairs are meant to be used.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I got that at home too. My wife was like, "Why are you standing in a chair?"
In the middle of the chair.
It's a standing desk, and the chair is just between us and him. He's not
yes, I'll go for that.
It's the tauntaun when we were kids. You had to push Luke Skywalker into it.
Yeah.
In Rich's world, that's how he thinks chairs still work because that's what you were given as a kid to work with. I mean, you know,
It's like those potty chairs that you have for your kid before you slide a hole inside of it. Like there's just the opening. Yeah. That's pretty brilliant.
Oh no.
Ooh, there's more. Good. I was not ready.
Okay, so we're flying through
6
this.
rounds,
We've got
Jesse.
Yeah, 6 rounds. So it's penultimate
Yeah.
round.
Oh, okay, cool.
I thought there was 6
now,
Does
pictures, so
anyone
I'm
watch
really
who wants
surprised.
anything, just let me know.
yeah, so anybody that was throwing out movies before, this is the time for your movies. So
Yeah. Here we go.
If
yeah.
of
No,
course,
Inside Out too.
Mm.
who hasn't seen this one played out?
It is Inside Out too. Correct.
Wow.
Without
That's
color.
definitely anger. Yeah, that's definitely anger and anxiety.
Yeah.
Why is Barney the dinosaur? I didn't remember him in it.
that's shame.
Shame or yeah.
I'd be pretty ashamed if I drew that.
Yeah, shame of kindness or something like that. Oh, John. Gosh.
Mm.
It's clearly not Barney. He does not have a tail.
Oh, sorry. And he's not purple, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was more than Legends.
This is not one of the ones that had color on it, so that's reserved
Oh
for
no, we've
special
had
drawings.
the other one with color was the Skeleton Crew one. There was some blue waves.
Oh, well, yeah, you had to
Missed
have
them.
that.
Yeah.
Right then,
Alright.
you got that one too easy. I've done too good a job here. Clearly. All right, on to the next one.
That was actually really nice. When I saw anger, I'm like, "There's no way around that." That was great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Quiet Place, the beginning. Or
You're
day
almost
one.
there, Jesse. It's not quite the right title.
Was there some Venom movie out this year?
It's A Quiet Place. What was the second part of it?
Day one.
Day one. Correct.
Yeah.
So there you have a librarian pointing towards the "Be Quiet" sign.
She's
With
giving
the
it,
big beastie
she's giving
behind
it the
her.
old this.
Rack of books. It clearly, it all fits.
It was the creature did it for me. Like the head. I was totally
Yeah.
on with the head.
And the shoulder pads that they have. So
They're very serious businessmen.
yeah, I remember how the aliens dress up like the Legion of Doom.
That library is cool because it has levitating bookshelves too, which that's hardcore awesome as far as I'm concerned.
Again, it's just perspective again, Sean. Clearly, just a bit further back.
Oh, I
That
thought
is
he
one.
was. I
Yeah,
thought he was
lovely.
levitating as well. To be honest.
It was the 80s.
And
I just want to say before we go to the next one, those feet are fantastic. So I thought your hands were good, but those feet, yeah.
well, I was thinking it's a big killer alien, so it needs to have sharp, pointed claws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that he's got 4 on the one foot and 3 on the other is pretty nice too.
He's
Battle damage.
Curtis.
Okay, this one had my daughter shaking her head with absolute disgust, and my wife saying one of the actors involved
I can't wait for this.
if he ever saw the representation of him.
Oh,
That's too good.
yeah.
Minecraft movie?
Deadpool and Wolverine went to kindergarten. Cosplay.
Did you give Wolverine like the puckered lips for the popcorn bucket?
He's just that's his angry face. That's his
I see it now. It's
Yeah.
I see it. I'm looking on my small screen. It takes like 5 seconds for it to get on the big screen. So, I see it now.
So
Yeah,
I've been trying not to say
like
anything.
Hugh Jackman's suing.
Yeah, I've been trying not to be negative at all, but I want to know if Richard's ever actually seen Wolverine before. I'm looking at it going, I don't know. It's like, thankfully Deadpool was there, but I'm like, the claws, yes, but I'm like, I don't know.
I just think with this category that we've identified a new market for Richard's artwork, because I think he can definitely do the promotional photos and drawings for movies. This would sell it. Like if I wasn't already going to see Deadpool Wolverine and I saw this, I'd be like, I'm in. So
Could you imagine, at the start of the movie, this pops up and then it kind of does this morph into the actual characters?
that'd be interesting.
I'd like to point out to regular viewers of my art too that I did the 6-pack on Wolverine's
Yes.
stomach area differently to last time. Last time I got told off for being round, so this time it's more of like a window sort of look.
Like a wardrobe
It's like,
door.
it does look like a window into his insides.
Yeah.
And why is he bald with the crown? Sorry.
He's not bald with a crown. That's his pointy hat.
Yeah.
Okay. But it looks
That's what made
that
me ask
hair
the
looks
question.
like it's going to be bald underneath,
No.
Looks like that's all he's got.
You've been drinking, John.
No.
I really wish you would have committed though and just did the white eyes on the Wolverine, but that's all right.
I'm
still
sorry.
good. Yeah.
I'm too true to my art form. I can't do it. And it's obviously be an accurate reflection.
All right.
Okay, final round. John and Mal, you'd be relieved to know I didn't do the one that we chatted about because I didn't think that would be appropriate for this show.
Oh,
80s and
Did we
90s
watership down?
movies, literal description. So this is the one like before where we're saying what we see.
Don't worry about what. Yeah, it's not a scene from the film. It's what you see. Tell me what you see.
Gotcha.
Like Fallout.
Yeah.
Can plus money. Can money. Aluminum change.
Cool hard cash.
Oh, Tango
and
Cash.
Cash.
Yeah.
It is Tango and Cash.
Wow.
Do they
So you
have
got a can
Tango
of
in
Tango.
America?
They do. I googled it to check. It is a thing over there.
I've never heard of it.
I can go buy some Jammy Dodgers in like the foreign food section, but it's not everywhere.
Right. That's good.
But I thought that and Cash might give it away, even if you didn't know about it. So.
Yeah, but why is there like a kind of a puppy dog
Wolverine on the
money?
I'm pretty sure
That's
it's
Ben
Can
Franklin.
Franklin.
I was going to say, yeah, that's an American president, John. I thought that was quite a good likeness.
It's Wolverine without his hood on, sure.
Or Soda Cash. I like Soda Cash.
Danny DeVito from Batman Returns.
And Frank.
At least my nose isn't gushing blood.
Tang, yes.
Well, the one coin near the bottom, I was actually thinking it was from Rorschach with the smiley face because I'm like, I got nothing. Okay.
Oh, that's
Tango and
the back of the coin with the 3, whatever it is on the back of that particular coin.
Gotcha.
Yes, we are getting called out. He was not a president. That is correct.
Yep.
My apologies.
You just hang out with the
Americans.
presidents.
Yeah. He's on your note.
Yes. He is on the $100 bill.
No, Trevor, he's talking about Tango, not Tang. Tang is not Tango. We do have Tang.
Tango, Trevor.
You should do yourself a favor. Just
Yeah,
after this
Google
show, go and look
Being
for
Tango.
the tango ads on YouTube. They're insane.
Oh yes, they
There's an
were
awful lot
banned in
like
the UK,
this.
Yeah.
causing injuries. So yeah.
To be
Go
fair,
and
when
look
I
for
type tango and USA on Google, it brings up dancing, like ballroom dancing.
Tango
That's not what we're
drink.
talking about here.
No, I
All
know.
right. American lizard in London.
American Werewolf
Oh,
in
okay.
London.
London.
that. American Werewolf in London, correct?
I was close.
That's Big Ben.
It's Big Ben. You got a werewolf with an American flag on it, just to make it clear
Wow,
where the
10
werewolf's
for
from.
effort on the Big Ben.
Isn't
my
Big Ben
gosh.
just the clock
It's
part?
just the
Oh, I
clock
guess
part.
that is
Yeah.
just the clock part.
Now, did the Horsemen steal this design for their Red Death clock that they made? Is that
Yeah.
Let's go with yes.
okay?
Rich did the kind of sketch that Eric based his sculpt on.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever they're called. There's a name for those. Maybe Sean knows.
Previs for it or the prelim.
I just have you ever
Dumb D.
Yeah, I don't want to copy Sean from earlier, but have you ever seen a werewolf before? Like, is this? Have you ever watched a movie that has werewolves in it? Usually they're bipedal.
But in American Werewolf, it's not.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
I've
So,
never seen it.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
Don't, you know,
it looks like a crocodile then.
yeah, it's a crocodile.
clearly a werewolf.
Yeah.
It's a were
The legs are
croc.
too long to be a crocodile,
It's a weradile.
The legs are too long.
obviously, and it's not got big long tail like a crocodile would have. Come on, John.
Hmm.
Could be just
Or a
hiding like the
tail.
perspective of the other stuff.
Yeah. It's mid wag.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The tail just hooked around the other side.
Its ears are back, so that's why there's no ears sticking out. But yeah. I buy it. Works
Yeah,
for me.
it's amazing.
Oh, we've reached the end, guys. You ready for the last picture?
Yep. Do it.
No.
Labyrinth.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. but
Yes.
It's,
It is indeed Labyrinth.
Very nice.
why did you put
So
the
are
Minotaur in
the
middle
guys
of
like
it?
arms up, or is that like the goblin helmet?
No, that's
Like
a Minotaur from the Greek myth with the Labyrinth.
Which is what threw me off.
Oh, okay.
Does that maze work? Let's see.
Yes, I took my time. Of course, it works.
That is a pretty good maze.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There's parts of it you can't get to. Lots of it you can't get to.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
there's literally no way out.
you have to go back out the way you came in.
Mm-hmm.
If the Minotaur hasn't
Defeated
killed
the
you and eaten you.
Minotaur, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why you got to bring the ball of string so that you can leave the string trail as you're getting to him. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the path through it, you start at the top. No one can see my arrow. You come down, you make the first left, go straight down towards the Minotaur. You make your right, so towards the left side of the screen.
I mean,
Come
it's
down.
not that complicated of a maze.
Trevor asked.
I think they could probably figure it out.
Trevor asked if someone could draw a path through it. I was trying.
Okay.
Sorry, Trevor, I got shut down.
This is like the final level of Pac-Man, isn't it?
Yeah.
That episode was insane. I don't get it. Right? You
Yeah,
said secret
agreed.
level Pac-Man. Is that what you said?
The final level, I said.
He's talking about the game. Yeah.
The
I
game.
agree
I
with
thought you
you.
were talking
though,
about the
Jesse,
episode
that
of the
was-
show. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it made
Well,
no sense.
Richard, you did a great job. Amazing
Thank
work.
you, Curtis.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me as my patron of my art. Thank you very much.
Can
for,
I share
inviting me
something?
to do that?
Absolutely,
Richard,
it's your show.
Just to,
Do what you want.
I want to support Richard and like dismiss all these naysayers. No pun intended with the picture I'm about to show. Hey, medieval
thick.
artists, can you draw me a horse? You've seen a horse, right? Look at this absolute
Wow.
egg over here with like
Maybe that's
spider legs
maybe
coming
that's
out
what
of
they
it.
looked like
what the
back then.
hell is this?
It's got
I'm
6 legs.
pretty sure that's what a horse looks like when it's taking a dump.
Squatting. Well, I
Just
assumed this
saying.
red bit were its hands, and it was feeding itself as it squatted. That was.
I love that they took the time to draw the horse wiener. That's nice.
Bigger than the leg.
Oh yeah, they really did as well. On the one on the
One on the left, John.
On the left
wiener.
one, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, there's one here. This one's definitely not a dude because he's got tail and legs. And those are clearly her female horse boobs up there.
Yes.
Or maybe it's the bridle because the bridle's red on
I
the
think
one
it's the
next
bridle.
You got Darla with horse boobs, Jesse.
I guess the artist was a couple of pints of mead deep when he got to the second horse. The first one was, not a bad effort.
I'm just saying, someone paid a lot of money back in the day for this, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but since then we've invented iPads and drawing tools and AI.
It's an interesting point that you make.
Guarantee
Jesse.
you, if this guy had an iPad, he'd be doing the same drawing.
I often I'll watch My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me, and I think to myself, how long till Jeremy DeWitt realizes that he's way too talented to be around this group of guys, and he just leaves and makes money doing something else? And I'm starting to feel the same way about Richard. Like at some point, he's gonna just make a bunch of money off of his artwork, and he's gonna be like, I don't really need to be doing a podcast, especially an audio version. Like, come on, like people want to see me, they want to see my artwork, so it's bound to happen for sure.
Thank you, Curtis.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how you'd ever get yourself out there without me, especially, Rich.
I was trying to support you, Richard.
Say again?
I was trying to support you and say, look, this is considered classic art, and I think your stuff was already better than that.
Yeah, I was basing my style on the medieval artwork. So,
so you're
Dylan
copying
says
people now.
Curtis is gonna buy it all. Probably.
what I would say
Yeah,
is,
you go look at medieval paintings, and you look up medieval painting with cats and stuff. It's like, have these people ever seen animals? What is this?
I think it was a little bit harder to carve the drawings in as opposed to on an iPad, but yeah, for sure.
I think
I'm not talking prehistoric caveman chiseling into tablets or whatever.
Well, Rich would blow those guys away too. So,
I mean, whatever. I mean, no judgment.
Let's run that first giveaway. Let's get that going.
All right. Sig, you don't need. I mean, you can enter this one if you want, but we're giving away a copy of your Kringle book that you sent. So we got 23 of 34 people watching. So here you go. Hit hashtag SigBook for your chance to win this really cool Kringle story by Sig. And we're going to roll this in 3, 1.
We get to 25.
2. What? We're way over 25.
No, in the giveaway, people that put in the hashtag. It was at 23.
Oh, I meant likes on the channel.
Yeah, no, I was just saying we got to 20. It was separate from the other number, 25.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
Look, I got another one. We'll do another one. So Mike V, congratulations. Send me a message in Facebook Messenger, and I'll get that out to you this week. Obviously shipping's weird because of holidays and stuff, but we'll get it out to you as soon as possible.
You want to do that Okiedos one that they had?
Sure.
Just
what? Give us a hashtag.
Mal, you want to hit us with one?
Look, I can say it. You want me to spell it?
Hashtag
Spider
Euro.
Bones.
Euro. Yeah.
hashtag
Euro?
Goblin Train.
Goblin Train.
Vetoed on that one.
Oh shoot.
All right.
Let's see what Jesse ended up going with.
Oh, Sensible man.
Yeah, it's no goblin train, but it's all right. All
So
right, put in
cash.
hashtag Euro for your chance to win an Okiedos from the Euro Boys. So,
And from Sig to Mike, he's saying, enjoy the book. That's a threat, not a request. He will come find you. And by he, I mean Kringle, not Sig.
yeah, for sure.
All right, so yeah, I'll throw this up real big so we can see it. Hashtag Euro
Beautiful.
for an Okiedos from the boys.
So I know you guys recently did your like top list of, you know, stuff for this past year and everything. Which great episode. If anybody hasn't checked it out yet, go. I watch it on YouTube. I like seeing these guys' beautiful faces, but you can also listen to the audio format if you're, you know, old or some shit.
That's an especially good one to watch on YouTube though, because it has a lot of figures and stuff to look at, you know.
For sure. What about this stuff that's already slated to come out for this upcoming year? What are you guys? What's like really getting you excited for this next year? We'll start with Shawn.
So not Legions related, the Mondo 2000X line that they're going to have. I've been talking that up every time I'm invited on anything, and we haven't seen anything other than the artwork to it. So the minute that hits, I'm going to lose my mind probably. So that one is definitely like, you know, can't wait to see what they're going to come out with that. Beyond that, I don't know. I think that would be my answer at this point. I can't think of anything else that I'm like the same way.
Are you
right
at all
now.
worried about the pricing on that one, Sean? Because obviously they're real Ghostbusters stuff.
I
Extremely.
am somewhat. I'm curious because they never released the price. They just said it would be lower than the real Ghostbusters figures, which we know that is already what was it, 200 for that one? If you want the deluxe set and all that. So they said it would definitely be lower than that. So I'm kind of crossing my fingers that maybe the figures will be like 50 a pop, maybe 60 a pop. To me, that seems in the right price range for a 112 figure at this point to be competitive at least right now. So
yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. I know for the longest time, people that were collecting the Mondo Motu, you know, kind of said like, hey, if they did a 6-inch scale or 7-inch scale, like, you know, I'd be all in. And I'm one of those folks. Like, they do really good designs. I mean, like the one they've got out right now for the Buzz Off is an amazing looking figure. It's just, you know, at 12 inches, like how many of those figures can you legitimately fit in your display before you're running out of room? So
absolutely. And when we review the figures together, Curtis, we both said that. And then shortly after, then they put the announcement out, like, they listened to our review. That's got to be what they did. But yeah, for me, like the 2000X line, I always felt got the short end of the stick out of any Masters line ever because it got canceled so fast and the cartoon ended up going the same way. And this is like, it deserves a second look, not only because of the Horseman's design, but because of what they were doing with it.
Hopefully Mondo doesn't make the same mistake as Mattel did and put out, you know, 15,000 Skeletors and He-Mans before putting out original characters.
Thankfully, I don't think they'll be able to do that. Although Mondo has done that with the 12-inch line. The more I think about it, so maybe I'll be wrong on that one. But, and the other thing too is at least it's 2 waves a year, from what I understand. That to me is nice too, because then it's like, plan for one wave, plan for the next wave. You got them covered, and then if you get stuff in between there, you know, you're in a good spot. So,
yeah, that'll be interesting.
I'm gonna interrupt real quick. Just want to give a shout out to our newest channel member, 16 Shooter. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Shelfies. He says he's never near a computer when watching, but he was today. So thank you very much, sir.
You'd be in store for some Monday musings, Jesse. I always enjoy those.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a channel member, you do get the benefits such as the Monday musings from Jesse.
Yeah, I like it. It's just real. It's like
when we have them,
you know,
when we have them, which we will be getting back into in the new year when we get our Wednesday one shots. We get those to the members, before it hits everybody else. And you get the cool little icons.
Yeah. And your name comes up in green. So
Yeah.
there you go.
I thought of one more really quick.
Yeah,
I throw one more in there.
For sure.
They recently showed off the production sample for the Conan that they're going to be putting out. It's based on the artwork from the comic books right now. And that is a figure that's supposed to have 3 different torsos. You can interchange a bunch of different things with it.
From which line?
When I saw that, it's not the Frazetta girls, but Eamon O'Donoghue is part of the team on that. He actually did the art for it, for the sculpt. And that one's one where the minute I saw it, it took my breath away, because I know Mezco has done Conan, so is Super 7, but this is definitely the look I've always hoped to have on my shelf of Conan, where it felt like a mix of Frazetta also meeting the comics, because I also grew up with the Marvel comics. It just has that sweet spot. So that's another one where it's a must-have this year, this coming year.
Beautiful. John, what about you? What toys have already been revealed that are coming up in 25 that you're excited for?
Well, I mean, we got the Necronominus wave. Would have been probably Maxilius, but I think with the Skeleton Legion builder this year, we got a good little insight into what he's going to be like, minus the soft goods. So from that wave, I'm going to say Sir Gideon, just because
that's a good one.
He just looks so good, and yeah, we know it's all going to be amazing. So the boys, I'm sure, will have different ones. So I'm going to pick him from that wave. And then I'm afraid that Mondo's going to reveal a Buzz-Off, or not a Buzz-Off, Mossman in their 1/6 line. Because that has me snookered then. I might have to pick up a Mossman, because I try and get a Mossman from every Masters line.
Now, would you expect that to be flocked then?
Yeah. Well, if it's not flocked, that's, hard.
Yeah.
It's not Mossman.
That's what Mossman is, although the Turtles one, the translucent one, he's cool. I might still pick him up. And I did get a Masterverse one that I flocked myself, but I'm not going to flock a 1/6 figure,
Right.
And then I think All-Star 6 is going to be a cool wave with the dwarf skeleton, Scally Bone Splitter. Looking forward to him, and also just excited to find out what I ordered. I know I ordered an all-in, but what extras did I order? What retail stuff did I order?
Yeah, I have to go back to my orders quite a bit and see what
I know.
is it that
I know back then I was probably ordering more extras than I might now, and maybe you were in the same boat, Curtis. So that'll be fun to find out, and also fun to find out what I didn't order extra of, because that also happens to me. I'm like, damn, I needed more of that Cosmic Red Pilot. Why didn't I order more of him? And had to rectify that. But and then the Cosmic Spacesuits, especially the Orvar. That's when I think we can really do our Cosmic Dwarves. Although, still, man, there's still. I'm trying to do a few Cosmic Dwarfs as my first customs of the year. And lots of people have done cool ones, but I think when we get those spacesuits with the right scale, it's going to be amazing what people are going to do.
Yeah, I think that's a wave that maybe was under ordered, and once people start seeing them at shows and stuff, they're going to be like, wow, because I think those suits are going to be pretty impressive when you start getting them in hand.
Oh yeah, and the colors are punchy. They're gonna when they're on a retail display, whether it be on the Horseman table or if you go into a comic shop or something and they have them, they're going to stand out pretty quick.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So I mean that's all the stuff, but I got to leave some for the other guys. So I think that's
John, I have one word to help you in terms of remembering what you've bought. Spreadsheet.
That's no fun. I did that for a while, and then I was actually like, what am I ordering all that stuff for? And then you start tallying up the total and you're like, what, 3,000? 4,000? Okay, Forget about this. I don't want anyone to find this.
I recently put everything that I have like extra figures on a spreadsheet.
That's a good idea.
Like putting it together was, it took some time, but keeping it updated is the biggest issue. Like when I go to pull something for a custom and remembering to update the totals. Otherwise, it's like after you do a few of those, it's like now none of the numbers really matter anymore because you don't know which ones are correct.
That's when you need staff, Curtis.
Yeah.
And then to shout out a non-Legions line as well, Monster Force, their zombies hopefully will come this year, their first kind of undead or kind of zombified figures. Ordered a few of them, so I'm looking forward to getting those. They look great.
For sure. Rich, what figures are you looking forward to this year that have been revealed already?
In terms of Legions, Conibus, the skeleton horses, I think is top of my list. I've ordered 5 of those. No idea I'm going to display 5 of them, but I got plans. I got the figures lined up and everything.
Yeah.
Very much looking forward to that. Obviously, I'm really excited about getting the Clavian in the All Stars 6. Oh no, I'm not. It's a red skeleton. Yeah. But yeah, all the Legion stuff. I do. I can't get past it. As John said, the spacesuit's going to be awesome as well for the cosmics. Non-Legion stuff, Operation Monster Force. I'm really looking forward to getting. I can't remember his name, but basically it's a brain in a helmet.
Trevor's been all about the Monster Force.
Yeah,
lately.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
then they got a zombie. They got a Frankenstein one called the Donner Party. So it's the Donner Party that's stitched together sort of thing.
He looks great.
He looks awesome. And there's something I've seen recently, which I think comes out next year, and got me very, very excited, is the Axie Toys Triceratops dressed in Roman armor. They've only shown a moss for the last couple of weeks. I haven't got any of their dinosaur stuff at the moment, but now that they're doing Roman ones, I will 100% be getting all of those. And I'm now going to go back and get the T-Rex and some of the other ones as well.
Gotcha. Yeah. On the Conibus that you said you got 5 of, are you planning to like customize those and differentiate them at all, or are you just gonna have them all like 5 just the way they come out of the box?
I'm gonna do my like own. It sounds terrible, but my own soft goods, sort of, tattered stuff. So I could do that over them, sort of thing, to give them a bit of differentiation. And then it's just the riders and the style of the riders. And then one of them, I'm going to do what a lot of people do, I'm sure, is make it an undead centaur using the tuberculi half, the Conibus bottom half.
I can see that. Nice. Cool. Mal, what about you? What things are you looking forward to this upcoming year?
So non-Legions, I'm glad Shawn mentioned the Conan stuff, because I was racking my brains and I couldn't think. But yeah, I love what we've seen for Conan stuff, and I've got a little Conan shelf that they will be bought and added to. Legions is Ox Crew. I love my my Cosmic Legions, and I'm very excited about the Skate Back and Kern Ray. I think Kern Ray is going to be sort of one of those next level figures with that coat. That's something we haven't seen in Legions so far.
She's just going to have some great parts too. Like depending on which way you display her, the parts that you have extra that you could then use towards something else will be cool.
Yeah, so very cool. Necronominus, as much as I say I'm not that fussed by the skeletons and the knights, it's taking those figures to the next level as well, isn't it, in terms of the way they look. I think it's the skeleton warrior, I think, the one who looks a bit like a Viking. I think he's going to be really cool, because he's one of the ones that gives us that skeleton body that you can pop apart and plug in to the existing Legions. It does suggest, even though it's not confirmed for definite, that we'll get Rising Suns middle of next year, and I mean that's all the way. I mean, if we get the bear next year, that'll be incredible. Yeah, that'd be
pretty cool.
Fantastic. Yeah. So I think that probably
Beautiful.
covers it.
Jesse, what about you?
I can't pinpoint anything in Mythic Cosmic Legion specifically that is the because I'm just excited for all of it. I'm gonna cheap out on that, but I have different answers for other things I'm looking forward to. But those are the things I'm looking forward to the most. Obviously, whatever figure Obscura we have no idea what they are, but like that's always fun. The whole, like Curtis said, you say it's like the whole like Christmas weekend drop. You get the teaser, you get the reveal, you get the video, and then Jeremy and Eric do the recap on Wednesday, and all the different stuff for that. So whatever those are going to be, so everything Four Horsemen's top of the list for me. And after that, I did recently put a pre-order down, like $25, $27 for the my first hot toy, the Jinx hot toy from Arcane, because I figure you get her, and if they do Vi, then that's an easy done collection. I don't have to go deep on that line. I think that's supposed to ship by the end of next year. It says like October to January, I think, so we'll count that. But the other thing I'm super excited about is the Armies of Ashmore, the big dinos from Matt Rodriguez are supposed to be shipping soon. I don't know what that means, soon. But I'm real excited about that, especially the the Vasipo, the Stegosaurus. Stegos have always been my favorite. This wasn't one where Shawn picked my favorite turtle and I bumped to my second favorite turtle. Stegos have always been my favorite, so really excited about that. And I think I got a blank from the Kickstarter to do my own custom on, so I'm really excited about those. So that's the stuff I'm most excited about next year.
Yeah, that sounds cool. From a Legions perspective, definitely Sir Enoch. That's like the one I'm most looking forward to. I'm excited about Sir Elijah, but then when they showed Enoch, I was like, man, that's even better because it's got like the full soft goods and the cape and everything. And it's just, that thing's just decked out for a $37 figure on the pre-order. Like that thing's just got so much in terms of just, hands and weapons and different faces and the soft goods and everything. It's just so good. So I'm looking forward to that one most of all within the Legions world. Also a hot toy. I had purchased the Batman Returns Michael Keaton Batman, and I'm really excited for that. I was on the wait list for the 89, and then they showed the Batman Returns, which I like that suit a little bit better. It's not as spongy looking. It's more sleek. And then they changed the bat logo a little bit on it. So I was able to cancel my wait list on the 89 and get the Returns, which I'm super excited for. So can't wait to get that in. And then from Mafex, I love the Death and Return of Superman line that they've been doing. And they've got Superboy that should be coming out here in another couple months. And really excited to get that one. Just the, with the leather jacket and the Superman S on the back and everything like that. That should be a ton of fun. So I'm interested to see, because they're doing kind of like the fake leather on the jacket and stuff. And sometimes those don't hold up as well. So I'm interested to see what kind of quality it is, but those are the ones I'm most excited for. So
nice.
Should be a fun year. I mean, the one thing I was on with Dork Layer the other night and just looking at everything that is currently slated to drop from Four Horsemen this year, it's a lot of shit. Like, I mean, Mal was talking about Rising Suns. Ashes is scheduled to drop. 2 waves of Ox Crew are slated to drop. You've got All-Star 6, Necronominus. We know that there's going to be some sort of in-stock sale for the Armory experience, as well as the Legions Con figures without the exclusive parts. Like, that's just a ton of stuff. Most of it for a lot of us is already paid for, but it's like, where do you put this stuff when it comes in? Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm running out of room. Yeah. So
kick more kids out.
Yeah.
I've got more shelving arriving tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then it's like, I mean, I'm already packed as is. And then you got, like John was saying, some of this stuff, was from like 2 years ago or whatever. I was ordering a lot more back then than I am today. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff coming in. I think we got some tough choices to make in terms of displaying our collection. So
yeah, I've had to move my plan to move my Cosmic to a different side of the room, just have all Mythics down one wall because I can't fit it all in with all the stuff coming out now. So
Yeah.
it's a challenge.
I'm at the point now where I'm having to make decisions. Like I love everything that the Horsemen put out, but I'm at a point where I can love something but not need to have it, you know. And so like I didn't. I'll just flat out say Ashes of Agamemnon. I didn't order a single figure from that wave, and I don't know that I plan on getting anything figure from that wave. And it's not that they're not great; they are, but if I look at buying a figure, I've got to then look at my collection and say, which of these do I not want so that I can display that one? And if I don't have one that I can immediately say, hey, I like this less than that wave, then I just can't order it because I just don't have the room. So it's just the reality of the thing. The lines got so deep. I mean, I envy people like Joe, Gonzalez that can just, continue to buy everything, and not only buy everything, but then like if Jeremy says, hey, you need 12 relic guards, he can buy 12 relic guards and still have space for it. I don't have that kind of room. So I definitely don't have room for 1,000 swigs. So I can't collect based on Jeremy's stories anymore.
They didn't even have enough room in the hotel for 1,000 swigs.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man.
I'll say, I will throw this in there just because Curtis talking about Rising Suns, it delayed a thought. If Rising Suns makes it out this year, Neve is definitely the most anticipated Legions figure for me then this year.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's coming year.
Yeah, I mean she was my favorite figure in that wave, including the bear. I think she'll be a fun one for sure. So I'm excited for more 1.0 females.
Yeah. I think we need a few more.
Not going to sit here and bash on the 2.0s, but the 1.0s are just so much sturdier and just, I don't know. I think they're better for customizing and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have near as many posts that you see on breakages, on wrists and knees and things like that. So yeah, we'll see what they do with that, but I would love to see more 1.0.
Also, it's a nice bit of variety in
types
of female figure, isn't it? So
yeah, for sure. George says we need thicker women. Yeah. We're the big women.
All right, so I don't know, Curtis, if I can throw in another question tying into this.
Yeah, I mean, sure should.
Well, my thought is out of the accessory packs, like the extras, so not the characters for the Legion stuff, is there a builder or accessory pack that has you excited out of Necronominus, either Ox Crew, All-Star 6, or Rising Suns?
Right.
I'll go ahead and go. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be great for photography. Nothing in any of it I'm like, yes, I can't wait to get this in hand. But I think there is some cool stuff that'll be good for some photographers, and I'm excited to see what we get from those folks in the community. So
I think you're missing your obvious favorite.
And what is that?
The belts pack from All-Star 6.
Pack, yeah.
Oh, that is nice. That is nice. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of figures that I'm probably going to go back through and put those on the older figures. That's a good call out.
Yeah,
the heads pack from All-Star 6, is it? All the skeleton skull heads, even as dio pieces. If you wanted to stick them kind of on the ground. As a kind of a wasted
in the background, a few Frankenstein dios, maybe.
Yeah,
I think that heads pack had probably sold a little bit more Trapiculi. After they did some of those. So
yeah, so there's 7 different heads in that, 5 bone ones, 2 of like the zombified ghoul looking, like rotting corpse looking ones, which will look great on your Frankenstein's monster if you got multiple of those to do customs with, or either version of the Red Death, obviously with color matching. And then it's got 3 different neck pegs and the ham
Yeah.
the ham neck peg.
I love that one. It's so good.
So yeah, I mean that one's great. You got with the belts pack, it's 14 belts, 7 black or dark gray and 7 brown. All those new style ones.
I think
All
I
right,
got
anybody
like
else, any other ones
of those. So yeah, I got quite a few belts coming in.
I think the cosmic Dio pieces that are coming with both the Ox Crew waves are pretty cool.
Okay, yeah.
I might actually try and display, put them on my shelf with the other bits. I don't have the space to do dios or anything like that, but you could scatter them on the shelf and give it a bit more of a vibe.
For sure.
I think they're kind of cool.
Yeah, if we get it next year, the dwarf weapons pack from Rising Suns.
Nice.
I'm really looking forward to that with the blue torch and the giant hammer and that sort of stuff. That'd be really good.
Yeah,
John?
the torch actually is really nice.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, the heads pack and it was the bone wings as well from All Star 6.
Oh yeah, bone wings. Forgot those.
There's something to as another thing to go back to some of your older figures and maybe put some bone wings on them. I mean, who'd be the best candidate among the skeletons for that we already have?
I'm not sure, but
Maybe
that is
just
a good idea.
the Legion Builder skeleton. Keep one of them flying over your congregation.
I think more.
You take the arms out of your tuberculi and give just wings out of the arms.
That'd be cool.
Mhm.
That'd be cool.
Nice.
Yes.
Another one we haven't really mentioned. We talked about the Necronominus wave, but Necronominus himself, just being able to get all 4 of the horsemen together, will be cool to have in a lot of our displays.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because this year we got the final picture from Nate Barch where Necronominus is kind of in focus, and so to be able to set up the shelf a little bit like that would be cool too.
Yeah, I mean Nate does pretty good work. I'm not looking forward to when Rich takes over his job just because I feel bad for Nate, but I think it's it's bound to happen here at some point. I mean, if you're the horseman and you've got somebody this talented in your community, it's just a matter of time before you tap them on the shoulder and say, "Hey, we need you." So,
well, I think the figures tend to go towards a sort of more adult collectors. So my drawings could draw in the younger collectors. Preschool, that sort of level.
Yeah, maybe that would be a way to bring in new collectors. If they do a young Legions line, little Legions,
Junior Legions.
Yeah, Junior Legions, brought to you by Richard Jones. So
super stylized.
Quick super chat from Thomas. Merry Christmas, friends. It has been a tough holiday season this go. Appreciate and love you all. Viva la France. I'll thank you very much, Thomas. And right back at you.
Hope it improves in the new year for sure.
What, France?
No, I said he had a tough holiday season. France is never going to improve.
How about you, Sean?
Hello to the French is something like this, isn't it?
I thought you were just wishing that France would improve. Okay, gotcha.
I'm hearing Who Let Some Warlocks Legions babies to the tune of Muppet Babies.
Legion babies.
I
don't know the rest of it. I can't think of it.
It's been too long. Sean, any accessory?
I tell you what, I don't know if you guys have read Nate and Emil's book, the 2 Words That Saved Christmas, but he's got some of those little drawings in there of like the little, almost like plush versions of Legions. I think that would be fucking awesome. Like little Legion plushies. Yeah.
Yeah, they need to license that out.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It would be cool.
Sorry, Sean. Anything that of those accessory type packs that you're looking for?
I'll be completely honest. When I get Legions, typically I just get the figures that I really want. So the accessory packs usually aren't even on my list. So I'm looking forward to when the waves hit. Like Necronominus. I know I have stuff from coming in from that. So I'm more just I'm excited to get them in hand and all that. But and I can't even think accessory packs wise what there was off the top of my head fast enough. So I'm just like, I don't have a leg or a dog in this race, as they say, but it's like I'm excited that everyone is excited to get them and display them as they want. Because I'm like Mal, I don't have the space for dioramas and stuff like that. My figures are pretty much standing on the shelf, and I'm happy that they're there. So,
I can see that.
and that shelf space is getting smaller.
Thomas Belay, did anybody do a top 3 EuroLegions member ranking this year?
Oh wow!
Well, let's hear your list, Thomas. That's what that list in the chat. So, I think
Rich
you're
has
muted,
to be
John.
number one with the art.
I think from Thomas it'll be number 3, wouldn't we, have having to go at France? So.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. I don't know how you could rank those guys. They're all amazing. So
Yeah.
The real question is who's going to have the travel problems to Legions Con next year. That's
it's Mal's turn.
Yeah.
I'm going the week before. I mean,
Yeah, you guys.
My
you guys
money's
are just
on
cycling that around.
my money's on how much we hear about how horrible Pennsylvania is for Curtis.
Well, that's like an annual event, isn't it? I mean, it's
Yes. No one's going to bet against me on that one.
Yeah, I think either your mic's not working or you're muted, John.
I said, oh, sorry. I had myself on mute. I said next year you're going to be complaining about Pennsylvania on Monday instead of Tuesday.
Exactly. Yeah. It actually wasn't as bad this year because we stopped. So we stopped on the border of Ohio and Pennsylvania and got a meal at the Waffle House. And so it was kind of like the last moment of civilization before having to go into the
Waffle House
depths of hell. Yeah. And so, yeah, we just had a nice little meal and relaxed and hung out. And then it was like, okay, we were refreshed enough to make it through the devil's anus that is driving through Pennsylvania. So, yeah.
How many miles is Pennsylvania on that kind of trip?
I don't know miles, but it's a long time.
Kilometers, sorry.
It's probably I would say at least just 6 hours going across the state. It's a long drive.
Yeah.
And it's all highway?
Yeah. And it's not like, so as you're going through the other states, as you're going along the highway, there's like exits every couple miles, and each exit has like a gas station, maybe a McDonald's or something. So if you wanted to stop and just kind of stretch your legs or whatever, you can do that every so often. That highway stretch in Pennsylvania, there's just this long stretch where there is nothing. There's not a gas station. There's not a restaurant. There's not a nothing for a long time. And so it's like when you do see one every like hour and a half, 2 hours, you actually see an exit. It's like, you better stop because you're not going to get another opportunity for a long time. So
first of all, that's called the Turnpike.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's not quite that bad. There are rest stops with restaurants and gas stations on the Turnpike you can get off of. You just can't go into a town. But the Turnpike does suck.
It's pretty rough. So, and living in Pennsylvania might be great. I don't know. I'm sure I've been to where Jesse lives. I've been to Uncle Bob's. There's definitely places in Pennsylvania that seem like they'd be awesome places to live. Driving through there, going through the Turnpike is absolutely torturous. So
the cool thing about the Turnpike are the 3 tunnels you get to go through.
That's not the cool thing. That's terrible. It's so awful.
That's when you're 8, Jesse.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, it's better than going over freaking bridges. I hate driving over big bridges. Living in Pennsylvania is pretty much the same as living everywhere else because everybody has almost the same stuff with a few different regional flavors. Like, we've got McDonald's, we've got, all the same stuff that you have in St. Louis. We just have different local pizza places and stuff like that.
Yeah. For people that, whenever I complain about driving through Pennsylvania, if they complain about driving through, like, let's say Ohio, all right. And granted, there's a lot of area of Ohio where there's not a lot going on. The difference is that if I'm driving through Ohio and let's say there's just a bunch of farmland or something, right? If I wanted to, I could pull over to the side of the road and just kind of rest there for a second, maybe go out, stretch my legs a little bit, whatever. If I do that on the turnpike, I'm going to get killed. I'm going to get murdered. Some truck is going to run me down. There is not space that you can just like pull over the side of the road and just, not get killed. So yeah, it's just terrible.
So when are you coming over to Europe, guys, so you can complain about our roads and our...
I would be driving on the wrong side and getting killed that way. So.
If I'm allowed
isn't one of you, don't one of you drive on the right side though? Isn't that like somewhat?
So we drive on the continental part, so not the UK.
Right.
We drive the same side as you guys.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or the wrong side, as we call it.
No,
well, I mean, right.
It's definitely not. It's definitely
right,
not. After
left.
what am I now here? 16 years here. It's definitely not. It's much easier to drive on the right side. Yeah. I'm fully converted.
Plus, it's easier to remember. Right is right. Left is wrong. So yeah. But as long as you don't have those jug handles in New Jersey,
oh no, we have
right.
No. Well, we have. In Luxembourg, they have this thing. It's especially in built-up areas, so like towns, but the kind of residential parts of towns, where there might be I suppose it would be like a 15-20 mile an hour zone for you guys, so it's a 30-kilometer zone, and they have these give way to the rights. So if you see a triangle painted on the road just in front of a turn, then you have to stop and give way to whatever's on the right. It's a normal like a X junction or crossroad junction. But if there's something coming on the right, you have to stop. If not, you can keep going. And it's just to make you drive like with the swivel head so that you're looking where you're going. There's no logical explanation as to why it's good, because it's absolutely a nightmare. Because someone could just come from the right, plow into you, and it's your fault.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, I suppose it's just it is just to make people drive slower, because it's difficult to do if you're just looking at all these. So that's the stupid thing here. Yeah, and roundabouts we have. So what are they called over there?
They're called roundabouts.
Roundabouts, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Some people call them traffic circles.
Yes, that's what I've
never heard
heard
that.
before. Yeah, traffic circle. Yeah, we've a lot of them.
I call them death circles, having approached one in America a couple of times. Because a lot of Americans don't know what to do with them.
Yeah,
They
don't
just
know how to
fly
use
straight
them.
through. You're like, whoa.
We don't know how to use them.
Yeah, there's yield signs, but the yield means nothing. Like if it's not stop, it's
And then the roundabouts with the traffic lights on them. I mean, what's the point of that?
Thomas Belay says could be worse. Imagine being a Man United fan.
Mal has left the stream.
Yes, Thomas.
Yeah.
Rich is incredibly smug now as his team won 5-0 today. So
7 points
I
clear,
wouldn't
I
mention
believe,
it.
at the top.
it's called Dorkler says it's called a rotary in where's he in Massachusetts?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
TW says, isn't there a roundabout in UK which has 6 roundabouts right next to it?
Yeah.
Is that Coventry? Or...
It's like a cog. It's like you go. It's like the gear cog. You go right and then left. It's an absolute.
I'm getting dizzy just thinking about that. Like literally, my head is spinning. Just
Well,
imagine.
that's the joke on the National Lampoon's European Vacation, where he gets stuck in the roundabout and he keeps saying like, "Kids, there's Big Ben," and he does it like every time they go around because he just can't get off the roundabout.
Yeah, the one that that person referred to is called the Magic Roundabout in Swindon. There's a big circle in the centre and then 5
Nobody
small
goes to
roundabouts
Swindon
off the side of
if
it.
they can help
It's-
it.
Yeah.
And there's a man about half a mile before it, and he's just handing out bags of LSD.
I would imagine you would just get dizzy. Like,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah. It's trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Speaking of right,
yeah.
let's go ahead and spin this Euro wheel. We're at 26 entries, so we'll give you a couple more seconds, folks. Hashtag Euro to win an Okiedos from the Euro Boys. Men, lads, gents, chaps. fellas, dudes.
I like Euro boys.
Someone stop me at some point. I'm just going to keep coming up with it.
You keep going, Jesse.
We're all sat here
29.
quietly hoping that it's
Can we-
European that wins it in terms of shipping.
There we go. We hit
It's not
30.
going to be rich.
All right. Spinning this wheel in 2, 1, 3.
God, there's Gavner.
Every single name is American, so
I know, yeah. Damn it. Right. Drop
Prince
me a message
Collections.
on
Prince
Facebook.
Collections.
Who-
So sorry, Mal. I was talking over you. What did you say?
Congratulations.
I was just saying, if Prince Collections drops me a message on Facebook, I'll get their address and ship it out to them.
Beautiful.
All righty.
We are at 40 likes right now. Do we want to key up that second giveaway, Jesse, or are we going to hold tight to we need to get to 50 to do that other SIG book?
Let's give it a couple more minutes and see if we can get to 50.
Okay. Tell your friends. Tell your mama. So this group, we started talking because of a great show called Ted Lasso, which if there's anybody out there that hasn't watched it, man, what are you waiting for? Because like, first off, that streaming service, Apple TV, is one of the cheapest ones around, and it has some of the best content that is going. Like if you could only afford one streaming service, Apple TV would be the one to have. Like there's just so much good content on it. And it's an amazing series. And apparently there's another season that's going to be happening. So we haven't really talked since that announcement. What are your guys' thoughts on a fourth season coming for Ted Lasso?
What do you think, Mal? Mal, I think you had a theory about what it was going to be.
Oh, I've forgotten what I said now, but I'm
Well, you can make something up.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do. I mean, we're getting Ted back, and which was the bit that we weren't expecting necessarily, because I think there was previous conjecture that it was going to be the ladies' team, wasn't there?
Right, like a ladies' team with maybe Roy being the coach or something.
Yeah, something like that. But we're getting most of the crew back from the sounds of it. Nick Mohammed's back, I believe. Oh well, that's signed on, I believe. Jason Sudeikis, it is, isn't it? He's signed on. Hannah Wadrington's signed on as well.
Yoo-hoo!
So, yeah. She's the best. I mean, best.
That's all we need. That's all we need for the show.
Yeah.
That's all John needs. That's all John needs.
You know on Instagram that little the little search thing, you can go in and you have all the rubbish that you know, they want you to look at. Like there's at least 6 of her in there every time, and I've never ever searched for her. They've just listened to obviously me talk on these shows and they've populated it accordingly.
Yeah, of course you've never searched for it, John. Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, Rich, what about you? What are your thoughts? Are you
Very
excited?
excited.
Are you nervous?
Not nervous. I'll be intrigued to see what they do. They finished it in a really good place. I think they could, if they carried on with it straight away with him staying where he was, I think it worked. I'm intrigued how they're going to do it now. What I don't want is a complete reboot and he just goes to another club and it starts again. Like,
Right.
for me, that wouldn't work as well. We've got too many established characters, even if he took like them with him as his staff and that sort of stuff. So, looking forward to it, but a bit nervous at the moment until I know more details.
But would you not think that, you know, like if we're watching football, of course, we're just watching the team and what's going on the pitch, and the manager of the team is the most relevant person to the supporter of the team. But because we're all invested in Ted and all those characters, we can still follow their story while maybe the club is whatever's going on with the club and they have a bad manager, and, you know, or maybe it's Roy doing, you know, with somebody else. And then eventually it kind of comes back around to, well, maybe we need to get the band back together, you know. But there's maybe half a season first where it's kind of, you know, establishing where everyone is, kind of a lot of context to kind of draw you in and make you care as to why that it might happen. You know, I don't know.
I don't know what it's like with sports over there with you guys. I know, you know, in American sports, we get a lot of like changeover with teams and stuff where players come and go and they move from one team to another,
you have,
and
like, the
free
draft
agency and
system and-
retiring and all this and that. So, I mean, seeing some new faces wouldn't necessarily be the end of the world, in my opinion. Like, just, you know, get some other people in there. I think what I ended up loving about the series was the way that they developed those characters, the way that you got to see the growth and the humanity. And like, I tell people that, you know, when I'm trying to get them to watch that series, like it's one of those series that for me, it makes me want to be a better person. Like I feel good when I watch it. Like I don't walk away feeling shitty. And so with that kind of writing, if you have those people involved and those same kind of people that have wrote the first 3 seasons are in this, I think we're going to get some good television. Now, is it going to end as well with an extra season as it did with, because those first 3, it felt like it, like Rich is saying, it ended in a really good spot. So are you going to kind of throw some of that off by coming back? Maybe, but I still think we're going to get some good television out of it. So
for sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess we're all so connected with the characters that you kind of want to see what is going on with them in, you know, in their lives, you know, fictional lives. But so that's important. And yeah, it maybe it could still really be good, even if maybe the last episode and the ending or the way they rounded out wasn't great. You could it wouldn't be maybe a Game of Thrones situation where it might ruin what's gone before. I don't think they can probably mess it up in that way. You know, it can just be maybe, okay, maybe we have enough now, and now it really is time to end it. Worst case scenario.
I think the only way they could, like, quote unquote, ruin it would be as if they took somebody and had them do something completely out of character, like change them in a way that negates some of the stuff that maybe their character development or growth or whatever that they've gone through before that.
Yeah, I mean, like, interestingly, the character that Roy is based on, he is now like one of the most famous like pundits and kind of talking about and podcaster in for soccer in the UK, and has a really like big following, and he is the kind of humor on it. It's not intentionally the humor sometimes. It's kind of, you know, he's the one that just is straight talking, but it comes across as the humor a lot of the time. So if Roy morphed into that type of character, that might seem out of character for what we know of Roy through the series, especially if you don't kind of know broadly what he's based on. But that actually could potentially go in that direction, you know, that Roy goes into the media. And I think looking at it, if you were just looking at it from the series and you didn't have any context, you'd go, well, that's a bit of a weird turn for him, because you wouldn't see Roy as somebody that would suddenly go into the kind of media business. But it kind of happened for Roy Keane, who he's based on, because he failed as a manager.
But with Roy Kent, they did that, and he stormed out, didn't he? In the end, because he just wasn't enjoying it. So
that's right. Yeah,
it'd be going back on themselves, and even going against what they've already done before.
Yeah, but he would have made a success out of that, which would be funny.
Yeah.
Shawn, Jesse, your thoughts on a 4th season?
For me, so the one show that I'm looking at as please don't do it like this is Scrubs. Scrubs had a really good run, and then they came back and decided to tack on a final season that ended up not being remotely what the show was about. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, you know, like avoid that, but watch the rest of the series. And I really hope in the case of this show, it isn't the case, because they stuck the landing. There were some things in the final season that felt maybe a little more rushed, because they were like, we have X amount of episodes. We have these story arcs we're trying to fulfill before we finish. Because some of the, I can't remember his name off the top of my, Nick Muhammad's character, where he did that change and he was evil, and then he became good, and it's like there's elements of that where I felt like it really did go faster to get him back, and maybe that could have been a good going into the 4th season story where he finally makes the change back. I mean, I felt like they did a service to him by doing it the way they did, because he is a character that belonged in Ted's circle, not the other way around. But in this case, it is kind of like a blank slate to me. Like, okay, they accomplished everything they set out in 3 seasons. I almost hope that the 4th season isn't the end then. I'd almost like them to prepare or plan towards maybe 4 and 5, or I'm sorry, 5 and 6 seasons maybe, and give it a really big show feeling to me in that way, because they're on the British way of doing shows. They're not doing 24 episodes. They're like in that pocket of what is it, 8 to 10 episodes, if I remember right. So that for me is like, if they just kept going, don't do this as a, hey, we're doing this as a, we're trying to cash in on it again, we're going to do a 4th season. No, actually put some time to do 5, 6, hopefully, or at least 5. At the very least, do 4 and 5.
Yeah,
I
know. Like Jesse and I have talked about the series Chuck, and I wasn't watching that when it was on, but I've just watched it recently, and Jesse has told me like they never knew from one season to the next whether there was going to be another season. So like every season they thought was could be their last season, and so you kind of see them keep reinventing themselves, which.
Yes.
Some part of that is fun, but some part of that is also kind of annoying. So I see what you're saying, Shawn. Like if it's just a one-off and they know it's a one-off and they're just writing this season for that, doesn't give them as much leeway to do some fun things as if they know that it's going to be really like 2 or 3 more seasons. So
yeah.
Yeah, I think after a while with Chuck, it sounds daft to say, doesn't it? Because it's such a ridiculous show anyway. But it just got really ridiculous after a while, because they were trying to think of what can we do now? What can we do now? And
Chuck, going into that really quick, it's like Chuck was one of those that was always on the bubble. But like other shows that I loved, like Supernatural, they were the same thing. So it became every time there's a newer, bigger evil than Satan. And I kept sitting there going, how? How is there a bigger evil than Satan that you got to fight at the end of this season? So like, I remember the first 5 seasons were tight and they were really trying to get to a destination. Then when you get into season 6, 7, and 8, you're like, I don't remember what the hell they're fighting. They fought the devil. Why do we need to go back to that again? So in that way, yeah, if Ted Lasso is doing it in that way, that there is going to be a certain amount of, well, this is taking all of the enjoyment and the goodwill that built up in 3 seasons out of me to watch a 4th season if it doesn't feel like they have a reason to come back. They have a story they really genuinely feel is worth telling.
Yeah, if it is a one and done, I hope it's like a hey, I guess like if I think back like to the movie Major League, right? And they get to a point and they're like, there's just one thing left to do, win the whole fucking thing,
Yeah.
And so like if they come back with that, where it's like, hey, let's give it one more shot and let's see if we can't win the whole kit and caboodle. That would be kind of cool. But Jesse, we haven't heard from you.
Yep.
Let me pull this up real quick. We did hit 50 likes. So we'll go hashtag Kringle for our last giveaway. Again, giving away a second, the Kringle book from Sig, his photo of his custom story. So go ahead and do hashtag Kringle. We'll run that across the bottom here. And we'll spin that in a couple minutes.
Thoughts on 4th season?
Shawn,
Jesse?
You had a thought, Shawn, before I jump in with mine. It sounded like you were going to say something.
I shut mine down, so feel free, because now I really don't remember what I was going to say. Go for it.
My bad.
No, it's all right.
I think when my first response to hearing that they were doing a season 4 was like, no. Like, I'm like, it's the only reason I'm accepting it is because it's so close to, and it's not like just a couple years later and we're deciding to come back to it. It's it's not like a show that was on for 10 years. It ran its course and it ended, and now everybody's just nostalgic for it. Like that 3rd season ended in such a way where, they did kind of abridge Nate's story a little bit. But all of those stories with the characters, the way that show ends, left it in a place where there's more, like everything was setting up the next thing, not to like an Avengers Marvel thing where it's like, oh, you know, it was just like, here's where this character story could go. So if we come back to this show, this world, and it's a couple years after the ending of season 3, you know, it'll be one of those things that's like, well, we saw where they were setting up at the end of season 3. Who is continued on the trajectory they set up? Who went a different way? What stories went a different way? You know, do Ted and his wife get back together, or do they just remain really good friends co-parenting their kid? You know, there's a lot of good material they could go with all of these characters. So if they get everybody back, or at least, you know, the lead cast, I'm really excited. I think there's a lot of different directions they could go with it. They could focus on, maybe they go into maybe they do like a World Cup season where, you know, their team, you know, or some of the characters go, because I don't think the World Cup teams, I don't know how that works. That's not like a team, right? It's a collection of people.
It's countries
from the country.
Yeah, it's
country teams. Yeah.
So is that a potential that they could have, like Ted being the coach of a World Cup team?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the same dynamic, I guess. You know, that would be the problem. I mean, maybe they could bring in new owners, you know, to the club. Maybe bring in American owners, which is very actually common now in Premier League.
Topical,
and then you have maybe Ted railing against his American owners as a kind of a weird, you know, he's suddenly on the kind of Brits side, you know, in terms of what's happening, or I don't know.
Explaining to the other Americans how to be British.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And getting it wrong.
Yeah. You know, but I think it's kind of in good hands, because the way the show is, like, they're all executive producers. If you look on IMDb, there's like 26 listed as producers, and they're all the cast and the main people in it. So I feel like they have a lot bought into it, in terms of whether it be the reputation of it, the kind of, you know, obviously the financial side, but I just don't think they would do. What was the guy's name at Man U again? That was useless.
We haven't got a night, John.
There's been a few of them, yeah.
The midfielder, the guy who got banned for drugs in the end.
Pogba.
Pogba. Yeah, he won a World Cup with France, but he was absolutely useless for Man U. Anyway, so I just don't think that they would all come together and just sell out. You know, I just don't think. I think there's, assuming that the power dynamic is fairly equal, that there'd be enough people that would just pull the rug in it and say, no, sorry guys, you know, the script is terrible, or the proposal is terrible, or whatever, you know. So
I think, you know, from what I've, you know, seen in interviews and things like that, it felt like they were very satisfied with the 3 seasons that they had, as far as, you know, just the main writers and the actors and stuff. So the fact that you've got, you know, these main actors and stuff that have signed on to be part of it, and even Jason, who's done a lot of the writing, it feels like they wouldn't do that unless there was something good, a good story to tell. So
sure,
yeah. Hopefully that's what we get.
But you know what, guys?
Well,
it means that we can talk more about it.
Exactly.
Maybe we can even do a week by week.
Yeah.
Maybe
Nice.
we can even do a kind of a post game.
That'd be cool.
We just have to line up those time zones, but it could work.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to throw this out there just real quick, just because I feel like you were just saying that they're all committed to this. They've got investment in it. They're not going to just put it out to put it out, because, like, you know, they're going to try to get a good story that lives up to what it is. And I think that's something, again, coming so close to the end of the series, that they've decided to do it. You know, it didn't allow that huge buildup. It seems like, and I know this is maybe setting up a whole different conversation, but it seems like that's kind of what James Gunn is saying they're doing with the DC movies. And I kind of feel like maybe a lot of other movies and shows should do that too. Like, make sure you have a good script. Don't rely on this nostalgia. You know, let the nostalgia be like a good whiff, like, cookies smell like home. This is nice, but like, I still need the cookie to be good.
Yeah.
You know, the smell's not enough.
Yeah,
So-
the nostalgia gets you in the door, but it's not going to get you to eat it until it's
So
actually good.
speaking of kind of the nostalgia of it, now that we're, you know, a couple years out from the end of the series, or for the, you know, first 3 seasons, you know, be it as you, if you've watched, I don't know about you guys, I've watched it a couple times since the series has ended, but now that we're a little bit away from it, what is your single standout moment, like your favorite moment of the first 3 seasons? Which I know is tough because there's a lot of good ones. And I will kick it off. There's a couple really good ones that I got on top of my mind, but the one for me that just hits me the hardest is when Beard shows up at Nate's place and tells him that story about him and Ted and getting a second chance. And, you know, like you can just see like his eyes are bloodshot. Like you can see this is like really affecting him, the acting in that scene. As much as he just wants to punch Nate right in the face, like, you know, he knows this is what he needs to do. That moment for me is probably my favorite of the series. So we'll jump over to Shawn next. Shawn, what you got?
Oh, I mean, I haven't rewatched it since the finale because I think I dehydrate too much going through that finale more than a few times in my entire life.
Yeah.
And it's like they had to do the James Gunn again, going to the James Gunn. They had to put that song in there. But honestly, one of my favorite moments, I think there's 2 of them that really, really stand out to me to this day. The first one that I thought of right when you said that was when Roy, or wait, is it Jamie and Roy trying to learn how to ride bicycles? I think it was Roy that couldn't learn, it didn't know how to ride, so Jamie was teaching him. And that moment had to be one of the best laugh out loud. I was almost in tears from laughing at it because of just how natural the 2 actors were together. By just seeing, anytime you put Roy in a situation where he is a fish out of water or he doesn't know what he's doing, it was worth watching every single time on that show.
Well, especially leading up to that, because, you know, Roy was really the one training Jamie and kind of teaching him how to do certain things a certain way and conduct himself as a leader and all that. So for them to flip the script, and now he's got to be the one that's vulnerable and doesn't know something and is listening to somebody else. Yeah, it was a good way for them to do that.
Well, and Jamie having the patience and, you know, even though he's like teasing him and egging him on the whole thing, like, it's not easy to teach somebody how to do something, especially like a grown ass adult who is fighting you every step of the way, you know. So that's a good insight, Curtis.
Good one.
And
Shawn?
The other one that I thought of shortly after that actually is another Roy and Jamie moment. And it's the moment when Jamie's father's berating him and they have the big blow up and he punches his father, if I remember right. And then right after that, then Roy just walks right up to him and just hugs him. And I'm getting chills just remembering that because the show, it could have been hypermasculinity if they wanted to, especially with the character of Roy. He was one of those characters that when I watched the show, he became near and dear to my heart because I'm like, oh my God, I'm like him in certain ways. I just don't say fuck as much as this guy. And my kids know I can say that word a lot if I want to. But what
You're just not British.
I'm just not British. I can't play. I don't have the look either. I don't have that just resting bitch face that Roy has. I have me. I have moon face. But what got me about that is if they wanted to go there and just make this show about a bunch of, to coin the term that you guys use, blokes on this football club doing this, it could have been so easy for them to make Roy a similar character to Jamie's father. And instead, him doing that in that moment just sealed the deal of, I love that it felt like what your dad does to you is not what you need to continue doing. We're breaking the cycle of that. But on top of that, the guy who is like the alpha male in that group, which granted, Jamie was making fun of him about that in the beginning of the show and giving him crap for he's getting old and all this stuff. And it comes around to when Jamie needed somebody, Roy was the one to step up and give him the empathy that was needed. And that was just one of those like, wow moments for me. So that,
Good one.
from a humor level, the bike, from a heart level, the hug. Yeah.
Gotcha. John, go to you next.
When Rebecca met Sam on the blind date in the
Yep.
bar. It's like,
And
that
they're
was
both
just
there
so well
waiting
done.
for somebody,
Yeah.
and they don't
Yeah.
realize that it's each other. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they send the message, and it's like, oh, it's you. And he's all delighted. He's like, scored. You know, and
Yeah.
she's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, you know,
Yeah, she's
he's like how I
horrified.
would feel. I'm like, yes. And he's like, and she's like, oh my God, I want to, but, you know, I can't do this because I've got the reputation to think about, and, you know, the
Right.
scandal and like the newspaper, and I suppose all the other stuff that could go wrong. And I just think it kind of it had the both sides of it. It's just hilarious for the first part, but also it kind of gave you an insight to Sam and gave a, you know, an angle down to that story that develops further about him and his family and all that, and kind of him being, you know, far from home and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just love that, and yeah, of course, you know my feelings.
Yeah. Good pick.
Oh, yeah.
Rich.
I'm going to do the Mal approach here and go for a few little things. So there's the whole Roy and Keeley splitting up thing.
Mhm.
I still don't like the fact they split up, but I thought it was done really, really well. And there were some really,
Yeah.
like, really heart-wrenching scenes where the two of them are both getting the fact that actually they weren't meant to be together and this wasn't going to work.
Mhm.
I thought that was incredibly well done. On a lighter side of things, there's two things that stand out to me. There's one where the owner of the African Football Club comes over and tries to get Sam to sign for him.
Yeah.
And Sam turns him down. And it's just the way the owner loses his mind. He's like punching dummies and, you know, calling him a Nigerian motherfucker and all that.
Yeah.
Just like, really lost his mind over it. I thought that was
When
brilliant.
he was acting very like professional and stuff before that, like it was just like
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, he's like everything was positive, and he was kissing his ass and everything. And then as soon as he turned him down, yeah, it was like he lost his fucking mind.
Yeah. Which was brilliant.
Yeah.
And then the other one thing that sticks out to me is when Roy's speaking to his niece's teacher, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, she's playing up, and her language is really bad.
Yeah.
Have any ideas where she might get that from?" And he sort of goes, and like, you know, there's just that realization moment where it's like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
from me. Oh, hell." I thought that's brilliantly done.
What's funny though, real quick about that is I've seen in a few places online that there are people that are really hoping that Roy and the teacher end up getting together since he and Keeley didn't work out. And to be honest, if they bring that actress back multiple times, it's not going to be a problem for me because that teacher, when I saw her, I'm like, oh, if I had that teacher growing up at school, that would have been the hot for teacher moment for me. That's all there is to it. And unfortunately, I never had that in my life. So yeah, that
I think
I
she's
don't know.
Irish,
She made
isn't
an
she?
impression.
Yeah, if you want to
She's
complain about Pennsylvania, Curtis, at least in the school district Shawn and I went to, it's the fact that there were no good-looking teachers.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Mal, what about you?
I'm rubbish at remembering clips, but there's one. But there are, funnily enough, I've seen a couple recently that probably fit perfectly. There's one that I think you might talk about, so I don't want to say that one you shared recently, which is perfect and is
Have at it. Whatever you got.
well, I've got a couple of others though that come to mind as well. One that's a bit of a weird one, but it's nice because it shows the depth of the character of Ted. Is funnily enough when he has his panic attack. I just think it's that moment where they start to make him a much more rounded character because up to then he's all hey,
Yeah, everything's perfect and good and
Yeah.
roses and sunshine and yeah.
And I think that's also the first point you see. I forget what her name is. Hannah Waddringham's character,
Rebecca.
Rebecca starts to show another side of herself as well.
Mhm.
And I think that's great. And there's so many around. Another one, and again, it's kind of the characterization aspect and showing how rounded some of these characters are. So when Rebecca goes on the double date with Keeley, Roy, and that guy, and as after the date, she's like, "Oh, he's really nice, isn't he?" And Roy just goes,
He's
"Yeah,
fine.
he's
Yeah.
fine. That's it.
Yeah.
You deserve more than fine," and gives her the speech, and that's completely unexpected from Roy at that
Yeah.
point, because
Especially when he says that, he says, "You deserve to be feel like you've been hit by fucking lightning," you know, and it's
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Just that wording of it, it's like, yeah, she does.
Yeah,
So-
and again, it's that character development and rounding off that character. And then the other one is this is where I can't remember the names again, but the captain of the team and the is he the Welsh guy comes out as gay, or well, he finds out he's gay, and he hasn't
Colin.
told his
Colin.
best mate
Yeah,
who's
Colin,
the
yeah, Welsh guy.
captain. And it's the end of that episode where they're sat there playing computer games, and all he cares about, and it is what all he's cared about really through the whole show, even though he's kind of come across as being a bit homophobic. Actually, all he's really cared about is that his best mate didn't tell him and I just think that's another really, really nice moment. It shows that true friendship.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Things do not matter. What matters is that you're honest and straight with each other. And I thought that was really cool.
What about for my two podcast buddies here? The fans in the bar, those different scenes where the guys are, watching the game in the bar or whatever. We all know guys like that, right?
Yeah, is that what it's really like?
Like
Every football fan, soccer fan.
and like, okay, I came from Ireland, so we didn't have the okay, some people went over to the games, but the regular thing was just to go to the pub because it's over there, it's across the water. And they used to have 3 or 4 games on the Saturday, and they'd call it Super Drink Saturday, because the marketing for the show on the sports channel was Super Saturday, and so we'd call it Super Drink Saturday. So you go up at lunchtime, if you've had your lunch, you go drinking, watching the football, and you spend the whole day there, and you end up like idiotic, like those guys, just and all those scenes with them, it always reminded me of like just different people I've known over the years that kind of just saying insane things while watching football in a pub, because they're just so one-eyed about a particular team, and they can't see any wrong in it,
Totally.
Yeah,
Jesse?
particularly if you
sorry.
there's fans from 2 different teams there, and your best mates, but the argument will still happen, especially after a couple of beers. And nobody will think anything of it the next day, but it'll be a full-on argument about something because you're both just like so committed to your team, and it's just like, I don't care, we've grown up together. It's like and it's like
That'd be a rough one to be there with your best buddy, and you guys got different teams that you're rooting for. Jesse.
Man, it's really hard to narrow down. I'm gonna say 2. One will just be a quick passing one, and it's crap. I lost it.
I
Tell us
specifically
2 then.
wanted you to go last so that you would have time to get yours together.
I did. I had it, but then Rob brought up the Christmas episode, which I love. But as far as like moments, so the first one is when they're finishing up the dart game in season 1, and Ted is like, be curious, not judgmental. He's like, and then I would be, you would have asked, if I like darts or whatever, and then he, it does. That moment's great, but of all the show, the first thought that comes to mind.
Hold on, real quick on that moment. One thing that I really appreciate about that moment is that he is standing up for Rebecca in that moment, and you start to see that change in her where because she's using him, she's totally using him and fucking him over, and she didn't care. Like, she's just trying to get back at her ex, and in that moment, like, you start to see that change in her where it's like, man, I'm treating this guy like shit, and he's standing up for my honor, kind of thing. So yeah. But go ahead. Sorry, your other one.
The moment from the whole show that hits me the most is I think it's the second to last episode. They're playing the song Fought and Lost by Sam Ryder, which I had never heard, but I fell in love with that song. Like I was sobbing through the end of that second to last episode. But it's the moment where it cuts from Jamie's dad's two mates sitting in the game and they're like toast to his dad. So like there's this like split second where you're like, oh, his dad died, you know, and last thing left that is an asshole. And then it immediately cuts to him smiling and laughing, looking at the TV, seeing his boy on the screen, and just the pride in his eyes because he's in rehab and he's getting better. Like that moment, like I'm getting goosebumps. And that moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of powerful moments in this and just character development and growth and stuff. My last one that I've got is not that. It's just fucking hilarious. Is when Rebecca comes down to the room and she is just dressing down Roy and just yelling at him and tells him to get his fucking hairy ass up to her office right away. And she, you know, storms off and like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, like when you get called to the principal's office or something, the rest of the kid go, ooh, like you're in trouble kind of thing. And he turns around and he yells at those guys like, every one of you knows that my ass isn't hairy and not one of you said anything. And I'll never forgive you for that. like it's like he didn't care that he's being called to the office. He didn't care that he's in trouble. It's just the fact that they didn't stand up and say that he doesn't have a hairy ass. He's like
that kind of sounds like something you might say to Curtis. You know, like,
absolutely.
You know, it sounds like the vibe of, you know, on this show, you know, somebody is giving you shit and you're giving out to Jesse about like some minute thing that he didn't defend you on.
Yeah, Jesse, you know my ass isn't hairy.
No, I don't. I do not know that.
But it's just like the mix of just humor and heart and growth and all that kind of stuff. Like there's just so much in that series. So once again, sorry for anybody that had to listen to us, you know.
No apologies.
What is it? Was it
They should watch
wax on something? What were you doing?
Wax poetically.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever British words.
Wax lyrically.
There you go. But it's a great series, and if you haven't checked it out, you really should. So, all right, let's take a look at that giveaway, Jesse.
We've got 24 entries to the Kringle, and again, someone popped in; they didn't see what it was, so I'll hold it up here. Let me pull this down for a second. So it's this book. It is a photo book that Sig Enriquez did. He's in the chat. Really cool. I'm not going to show it off because I want you to experience it as it is, but it's a photo book with text. It's a story telling kind of the origin of Santa Claus, Kris Kringle, the Kringle. It's really fun. It's a really good story. This is not maybe necessarily for children. It's a little more leaning more along the lines of Santa's backstory from Violent Night, but it's not Violent Night. It's just that kind of flavor.
Great movie.
It's really good. It's really fun. But yeah, and we'll spin that here in just a second. I'm going to throw out one more great little character moment from Ted Lasso is when I think it's early on in season 1 when Colin, you know, he's the smaller guy. You know, is probably one of the smallest guys on the team that, you know, later that comes out that he's gay and he's been trying to hide it and put on this whole, like, you know, macho attitude when he's driving off in his like ridiculous sports car that's like got weight and he's trying to just like turn it and he's like hitting the gas too hard. And it's just like jerking through the parking lot trying to get out because he doesn't know how to handle it. Like that was such a funny moment for me. But anyway, all right. Kringle, 26 entries. Yes, it is original. It is PG-13, and it is original story and customs from SIG. So it is very cool. Very good book to add to your holiday reading and visual enjoyment. So we'll roll this in
for
2-1-3.
For folks that want to buy one, do they just reach out to SIG directly, or is there a place for them to acquire one?
That's how I did it. I just reached out to Sig. He is, on DK Blau. You are the winner. Congratulations. Just reach out to me on Facebook Messenger or Instagram. Let me know you won, and I'll get your order out sometime this week.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's Sig's channel on Instagram, or his hold on, let me pull that up. I can't remember. It's like, it's not just Sig something. It's like Earth. I don't remember. Someone else.
I thought it was like Sig's art. Yeah, Sig _toy _arts. So on Instagram. So
You can see his name
Okay,
there in the
there we
chat.
go.
It's basically the same.
I'll
yeah,
put that in.
yeah, but with underscores. Yeah,
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
awesome.
Is it okay?
Yeah, he says Instagram
think-
or the call. So
I could be wrong. I think he recently changed that. Okay.
awesome. Well, guys, this has been a ton of fun. We love hanging out and talking with you all. Before we let you go, though, we'll do the kind of round robin and see where everybody's going to be. So, Shawn, where can people find you?
What night was it? January 9th, I think it was. Toy Frenzy, I'll be on there. Or The Frenzy, they're calling it now. Let me double check if that is a Thursday night. That is a Thursday night. So yeah, January 9th, I will be on The Frenzy, and that will be their Superman episode. And I don't know how much of that 2 hours will be me just going crazy or not. So,
for the new trailer.
yeah, we're the new trailer, and just in general, like the character and the evolution and why he still matters to a lot of us. So I'll be on for that, and then after that, I don't know. Whatever comes my way.
Awesome. And Euro Boys, what can people be looking forward to from you guys?
Well, we got pretty much this time next week, so an hour later than we started today. So 3 EST, we'll do a live stream to kick off the year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So Rich has some more things up his sleeve, I believe. If you haven't shot all your bullets tonight, Rich.
I do. I
metaphorically.
have a plethora more drawings.
Yes.
A Legions themed quiz as well.
Oh,
And you still
nice.
have enough energy for the wife and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Just about. We also have another episode, John, we're going to drop at some point too, once I finished writing the particular thing that I'm writing.
Yes. Hopefully in time for next Christmas.
It's virtually there. We can record it as a just post-Christmas tale, so that's
So
fine.
we have a little Christmas story that might be a little bit too late, but I think still worthy.
Oh, worthy.
Yeah. And then we'll get back in the week after to doing the regular episodes and some Patreon episodes. Rich has a little Patreon series coming up where he's going to take the realm as well, maybe. And he's going to be the interviewer in chief, and we're going to figure out that from there. So I'm going to be doing my favorite stuff, which is actually just the production. So I love it.
Very cool.
And
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
yeah, there'll be other things in between, I'm sure, and depending on what comes up in the Legions world, we'll of course be talking about all those things. So obviously we have the YouTube channel, which you love, Curtis, at the EuroLegions podcast. Also on all the podcast players in audio form. Actually, if you're on Spotify, you get it in video form now as well, or audio. You can choose in Spotify what you want. It's the same video. And then on Instagram and Facebook at the EuroLegions podcast. And of course, you'll find us individually in the Cabal and all that good stuff.
Very
so
nice.
and
You know, I've beat this drum a million times, but I'll continue to. They've got the best Patreon in the business. Definitely go on Patreon, EuroLegions podcast. Sign up. They've got a Discord channel. They've got extra Patreon content that they put out. They've got members stuff that they do. They've got giveaways. It is the best Patreon going, so don't miss out. These guys are great. Sign up for that for sure.
Yeah, Patreon wise, obviously Rich's little series is going to be on. I'm going to try and I've promised this for a while, but I'm going to try and do an interview with my good lady wife on the Patreon coming up in
Very
January.
nice.
Just to give you a little insight of what I'm actually like, not what I project on the other side.
I'm not doing that with mine. No
Yeah.
way.
Well, I'd have to come over and
I'd
record it, or no, that would be even more fun if
I
we just
can't
get you
do
sitting
that with
beside
mine.
each other.
Oh, Mal.
We can just get you and your mum and dad, and they can
Oh,
can
no.
embarrass
Oh,
the
no.
crap out of you. You know,
Let's not do that.
and we find out what little pet name they have for you.
Also,
Nuisance.
check out their Redbubble store. So Redbubble
Yeah.
will go to
The art of
your
Richard
YouTube.
Jones. There's going to be more stuff
Yep.
coming up on that, obviously with more art, because
and,
we have
the EuroLegions logo. I mean, you want to get your sobbing wallet on a coffee mug or something, like you can do that. So
I mean, I saw one tonight with the Curtis. You're in one tonight with Rich kind of standing in the middle of a chair. I mean, that's
that's
you know,
pretty
that
good
has
use
got
of a
to
chair. Yeah,
that has got to be something.
That needs to be your new logo, Curtis, or like the banner in your art studio on that light up sign.
yeah, that's a good one. I might have to see if I can print that off.
Yeah.
Put
Jesse,
that
Paint
next
me,
to it.
and just put underneath it, paint me like one of your little figures.
Good
Draw
stuff.
me like one of your rich girls.
Yeah. Yeah. So check those folks out. Check the Euro Boys. They
And
do a great
you know what?
show.
You know what?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff out
Boys,
there.
congratulations on 52. I mean, come on.
Yes.
Amazing. Absolutely incredible. You know, I feel like I
Wait,
had a
how are
small
you getting?
part
I'm
in
gonna
it.
have to talk to you, John, and figure out.
Yes.
I gotta have to figure out
I
how you
feel-
get sound playing in the show.
So you need an external device is the best way. I mean, you can do it through your computer as well, but if you have something that you have sounds on that you can then play so it comes out the same channel as your microphone, basically. My mic and the sounds are going through the same device into the computer and then out.
Mm,
That's how
cool.
it works. And then you can just get the sounds from the computer onto this beforehand. You can have them queued up. And I can have, I think, like 60 or 70 sound slots. So you know those, Curtis's beautiful welcome, or you're listening to the EuroLegions podcast because we missed him at the con. Yeah, I just loaded that up, and
He was really good about us missing him, though. He didn't take it that badly at all.
I
He
was
really mature.
I
about
didn't
it.
like powder or anything.
I was
Yeah.
literally on the plane back. That kind of in the time before you kind of go into this existential sleep on the plane. I was like, I missed Curtis for the stinger. Oh no, I'm just gonna say nothing, and I know that the first show we release afterwards is gonna be like this 6 or 7 or 8 hours, depending on when it drops, and whether it's overnight for him or not.
We missed
And then
you
we're
as well.
going to
Jesse.
get the
Sorry.
message saying, "Oh, guys, thanks for checking." And literally, it came on cue. I literally bawled laughing as I saw that message. It was so funny, and I felt so bad, but I also felt kind of funny as well. Yeah, it was brilliant.
The difference, Jesse, in between them missing you and missing me is that they know I'm going to give them shit for it. that's the difference. Like I was
That
not
right
going to
there-
just let it slide. Yeah.
That was the extent of my shit. Was just pointing at my head.
We get you
Jesse,
next year,
this-
guys. Now you know that we do it. You can already grab us on Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever and
There
we
you
can
go.
we
Sure.
can do 3 takes.
This cheers you up. My Christmas tale features a certain Fuzzmonk. as one of
Ooh,
me.
very nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I haven't discussed this with the boys, but he will be voiced by me because I've got an accent.
And he won't
I
get
remember.
slaughtered or whatever.
No, he survives. He survives the tale. Yeah.
Because
Very
we
good.
have
Spoiler
also
alert.
talked to these guys about getting them to voice a couple of lines or two. I mean, Shawn Skvarna has
Oh,
the
dude.
voice talent of a very talented person. So
Yeah. Yeah,
I won't reveal it here, even though I've done
very,
it tons of other times.
no, we
he's
have
a
got
very good
Facebook.
Optimus. His Arnold is
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, step over Legion's lair. You've got the real Arnold here.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime as well. I could
Yeah,
highly
yeah, oh, yeah.
recommend.
Yeah, his
We don't
Optimus
need
is the
Arnold. We have Optimus Prime.
Hell yeah.
EuroLegions, transform and boat out. You can't run. You can't roll over water. It just doesn't work. Damn it, Bumblebee. Why can't you figure this out?
So good.
Absolutely perfect.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. This was a ton of fun. Everybody, please go out and support these folks. And we will look forward to seeing you guys again, hopefully after Ted Lasso season 4 comes out, that'd be
wait.
awesome to do
Can't
some reviews as the series goes on. So,
well, let's hope we see you before then too.
that too. Yeah,
Yes.
Oh yeah, well, definitely latest next November in person. But
absolutely.
let's see.
Beautiful. Thanks, everybody. We will see you. We'll put you in the back room. If you've got to run, we totally understand. If not, hang out and we'll be right with you.
You can walk too.
Yeah.
Stay safe, everybody.
That's a show.
That is a show. Curtis, where can they find you?
Well, tonight they can find me on Art by Akerman channel. I'll be there with MJ Staten and Guaisagwe Echevarria, two folks that have really just helped me out with my channel so far. Guaisagwe is in there every single video. He's just commenting every time, multiple times per watch. MJ's been posting the link to my videos on every single one that I've been dropping. I just really appreciate those guys. So I got them on tonight. We'll talk a little bit about kind of the state of the channel, what things we got going on, and I'm going to be doing giveaways, and I've got 8 giveaways I could do. I'm going to do a giveaway for every 25 people, up to 8 giveaways. So if we get 200 people in there, we'll do all 8. Anything less than that, it'll be a giveaway for every 25 people that are in there tonight. So we'll see how many people we get to join and how many giveaways we do, but got some pretty fun stuff to do tonight. So
excellent.
Yeah. And
that's at 8:00 on the Art by Akerman channel, which has been going like hotcakes. I said you were on fire earlier, but like that was just a fun joke, but like it's seriously like, dude, you're doing amazing with it. And I've seen so many people commenting, how much they appreciate it and just the different things you're doing. So that's awesome. That
I'm absolutely blown away by the support. I wanted to do something that was, basically focused on customizing. I've been trying to do, for a good string there, I was doing a video every single day. I think there was nothing yesterday. But I think the channel's been live for 15 days and there's like 14 videos out there. So I've been trying to get stuff out there as quickly as I can, but yeah, for 2-week period, I'm already at 645 subscribers. That's just, I wouldn't have guessed that ever. So we just really appreciate all the support. And, so that's why I wanted to do just a little giveaway tonight. So
awesome. Well, very cool. Well, before we wrap up, we got to announce next week's guest, but I'm going to say it here. As Shawn has been the elusive, I'm tapping in. I'm going to be a little more elusive going into the new year, at least for a while. I mean, we'll still be here Sunday night doing this show, and the Monday musings and all that jazz, but like probably not going to be on OffWorld as much. Mythic Minute's probably going to be taking a break for a while, but Shooting the Shelve Sunday night with me and Curtis, that's not going anywhere. We're still here Sunday nights, 8:00. And next week, we're rounding out, I would say, the second goal I had when this show really got Legions focused. Like the first goal was to get to enough people that, we could do the what do you call it? The giveaways and the live chats and all that stuff. The second one was to have all 3 of the 4 horsemen, which sounds like an oxymoron or inaccurate, but on at the beginning of the year. So 2022, we had Corn Boy on first Sunday of the year. 2023, there was a little hiccup scheduling wise, but we got Eric on the second Sunday of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And this year we're rounding out the trifecta. We've got Jim Preziosi next Sunday night with season 4's graphics. I got to try to find a better quality picture of him so I can redo that, because I couldn't find any pictures of Jim that weren't like a lot of people. So the details are really fuzzy. But so yeah, Jim will be on next Sunday night, 8:00 right here. And I don't know, I guess we've done in the past 2 years to get some questions for folks.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll put up a question in the Cabal this week, or the Legend Daddies, or wherever. I don't remember how we did it. We'll figure it out. Look for a post from either Curtis or I asking for comments and questions to pose to Jim. Can't ask him about the dragon anymore because we already know it's coming. I guess we could find out some details, but that'll be coming out soon enough.
Yeah, try not to ask questions that when are we going to get a Fury Clan, goblin or something? Like, he's probably not going to be able to tell you that. But if you got questions that you want to know the answers to, that you've always wanted to know from Jim, either shoot it our way, you just PM us, or if you see that post and you put something there, we'll try to get to as many as those as we can. And we hope to see you all next week to talk to Jim. So
that's right. All right. Hopefully I will have a re-edited version of the intro for next week as well. And we might have some new graphics going on the screen as well.
Nice.
So
I love this. I love this like the worn paper and the wax, logo and stuff. That's cool.
That wax seal was a pain in the butt to create.
It's cool looking.
Well, thank you very much. I thought we were a little grungy space last season, so I think this year, I thought let's lean into the mythic side of stuff a little bit this year. So, yeah.
Very
all
cool.
right, folks. And Allegiance Quest will be continuing. I believe we're trying to get the next episode not live, but we're going to record it this Monday night potentially.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be available sometime Tuesday morning for watchers, and audio usually follows that Thursday. So.
Yeah, and for anybody following that, just be aware, I will definitely be eating well as Graddock. So you can count on that for sure. No matter what else goes on, I will have some good food.
Gotcha. Yeah. It took me a minute to remember what you were. I was like,
yeah, well, these guys are
skeletons.
Yeah, they're worried about skeletons and relics and magic things, and I'm just like, hey, man, where's the food? So. Yeah, important stuff's in life, so.
Real quick, Dylan, I'm not trying to hype my own artwork here. I trace over the photos of people I put on the show. I trace over it colored in, and that's art to an extent, but I'm not going to trace over someone else's actual artwork to use in our graphics. So I'm not stealing Nate Barch's art.
I think what probably is going on there with Dylan, just so you're aware, and it's no fault to your own, Jesse, but we did just have an amazing artist on our show that showed off a lot of his original artwork. And so going from that to your stuff, nothing against your stuff, but it's just, it's an unfair comparison.
Oh, I know.
So,
100%. Yeah.
So.
I mean, I guess maybe he's just telling me to use a screen grab of that, but like I gotta have my spin on it. So
yeah, for sure. All right. Well,
making you say something, you literally just said it right here. Use the Feziosi pay. Like I didn't type that.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey Dylan, you just got lassoed
all over the place.
Yep. And until next time.
What's on your shelf? No!